Tyrell said this is the first episode of Dark Side of the Pod, so whatever's about to happen here.
Yeah. We're about to talk about Dan Schneider for 248 minutes.
All alleged. Do we want music or something themed for this episode?
I'm kind of scared what you gonna play, but fuck it, just play something.
I want the theme for the episode, actually.
All right.
It better not be nothing about black dick.
Nah.
What?
Why would she? We got to get into your brain for a second here because that's crazy.
That was totally unhinged.
You guys both have the docket. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's that shit.
Taking you right back.
That's that no memory card music.
You hear me?
That's that struggle.
And they got to the menu. Yeah. All right. Critically Unfocused Podcast, episode 146. The reason for the season, the reason for that song is that 24 years ago this month, the PS2 launched in Japan. It was in October that it came out in North America, so we actually had to wait a little bit. But, figured now is as good a time as any to do something about that. We ain't going to get straight to that, but that's just what's going on with that right there. But later on in the show, it'll be some...
Shout out to Sony, man. We fuck with you. We love the product, man.
Give us anything.
Come fuck with us.
A fucking sticker.
I had a Sony Beam. That was one of y'all early MP3 players. I had the black one.
You didn't have you didn't have the Pinot disc for the PSP? You didn't even know they made those, huh?
Nah.
How did you get that? You were like 12.
I didn't have them.
Oh, okay.
I just found out about them today.
Oh, that's crazy.
We're going to get into that real quick, though, because it's on topic. Actually, we're talking about Sony right now. We're not talking about the PS2 specifically, so.
Nah, man. Shout out to Sony, man. That great logo. I have always thought about whenever I get tatted again. Oh, wow, this guy.
That's crazy.
Oh, that is insane. That is insane.
Japan is the horniest country on the planet.
Oh,
I don't even think there's a close second.
By far. No.
You guys know in Japan, they made it to where you can't disable the camera sounds on iPhones because they was taking too many upskirt pictures.
Yeah, I see somebody say that online. That's crazy.
And
that's fucking insane.
That's one of them things where, like, I'm not sure if that's just how things are depicted inside their films or if that's reality, but it turns out that's reality. Like
it's reality.
The trains really be on freak mode.
Yeah, I have worked with the
machines that we saw like panties and shit in them, like used like panties and shit. I saw that online.
Nah.
After a long day at work, a bitch go put her panties in there. That's crazy as fuck.
That's absurd.
I think, do women be doing shit like that? They want to like purchase like used men drawers?
There's no way, no.
You don't think so?
No,
it don't hit the same.
I'm all for equality, but at a certain point, we got to recognize men and women are wired different. We have like a predisposed genetic thing within us that's part of the survivability of the human race that amplifies the horny levels inside the man. Like,
yeah,
there's some shit going on there. Like, they're not meant to be the same.
Yeah. I have been told that after women turn 30, they turn it up a little bit. So I'm waiting to see what that will look like in a couple months.
That's probably true, but I'm just saying, like, I think
Japan though.
On the whole, there's something up with men that makes it so, I don't know, things are the way that they are.
Women just aren't deviants like men are. Men, I feel like, are just like uncontrollable. Our that organ makes us do shit that we wouldn't normally do.
Yeah, I think it's partly like societal stuff, but I mean, I think it's like,
put the kufi on, Blake.
No, I think it's like if you let like an ant loose in a candy store, the ant's going to go nuts. And we've invented a candy store for ourselves as ants.
Ooh. Holy shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit, Blake.
F-O.
And when you say Candyland, are you referring to things such as Instagram?
Literally everything.
Reddit.
Dog, an ad for perfume.
The For You tab on Twitter.
Literally everything and everywhere. We put tits on it. Like it is what it is.
Yeah. Once I discovered that Rule 34 was a thing, where it's just like if it exists, there's porn of it. I knew that niggas was on some different type of time.
Look, this shit. I swear, dog, the shit is corrupting us. I seen a picture of the submarine thing that imploded today, and why in my head did I think that looks like it could be a fleshlight?
What?
And then I thought, I bet Rule 34 that submarine exists. I didn't look for it, but I bet it exists.
I saw.
Keep talking.
I saw a TikTok of like people doing a parody, but it was like niggas said like they got in the submarine. They was kind of making fun of it and like how we reacted. It was like 4 niggas in the submarine, how they reacted. I like, damn, I forgot. Like that was last year, right?
That was top of last year.
Yeah, that was a crazy story.
He found it. Look, he found that. How long did that take? 15 seconds?
Oh, but God, I wish I hadn't.
They was doing shit in the submarine. Huh? It wasn't just the submarine. That's the outside.
Nigga, a shark. It's like a giant shark takes the submarine like it's a pill and then boofs it and then clenches his booty and blows it up.
Oh, what? How the hell did you see this?
I just Googled Rule 34 submarine implosion.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It was not what
I never heard of Rule 34 till today. So,
all right, sure you haven't, buddy.
Speaking of sharks doing human shit, they bringing back Street Sharks too. I hope that wasn't the Street Sharks doing that.
It was not. Jamal, Rule 34 is the internet rule that if it exists, there is porn of it.
Yo, that's a crazy rule.
Dog.
Yo, that's the most insane shit I've ever heard.
I've never heard that before. You've never heard Rule 34?
No, I'm dead. I'm not even joking.
They be getting some shit off.
There is a whole like subsection of that dedicated to like people like making cartoon humanoid version of planes and having them fuck.
I haven't seen that. That's crazy. That's deep Rule 34.
Why is the internet so filthy, bro?
Because I sometimes wish I could just delete that I ever seen this shit from my head. Because I can't not have that in there. And I'd be talking to somebody, it's in my head, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, why do I need to know that?
Sometimes you got to see shit so you can tell the homies though. So like, like,
hey, man,
you experienced that, so I didn't have to see that.
That's not how this works. If I have to see it, y'all got to see it. Y'all will be seeing that shark booty hole later tonight.
Nah, see,
shark booty
trying to desmodify my life.
I think the first time that kind of got implemented in our group was when on Twitter that chick gets cereal ate out of her butt. I think I was the first person to be like, nope, everybody else has to see this.
She got what ate out of where?
Nah, they had like somebody had like some Fruit Loops and the cereal. Supposed to eat Fruit Loops out of a chick's ass.
They had milk in there and everything.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That shit didn't make no fucking sense.
No, I don't know how I saw it. I was like, God damn it. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna be.
I've never heard of Rule 34, but I be watching bitches get cereal eat at their booty. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's had it in other ways. Just because he hasn't heard of the term does not mean these things have not crossed in front of him with his freak ass time.
All the time, like warning: if you press enter, you will see something that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, you got it. So when you open Twitter in public, you got to be like this, huh?
Yo, I cannot open Twitter in public. I do it on accident sometimes, and sometimes it'll be wild. Like it's either gonna be like some game news, some football or some basketball transaction or highlights or something, or just some shit getting DP, bro. It's one of those 3 things.
Do the audio just be on yours by default?
Well, usually, like,
oh god, you can't operate like that.
Nah,
yo, that's wild, man. Shit.
Yo,
like that. One time I opened my phone out at my grandma's house, and then like you just heard like some moaning or whatever. But I don't think my grandma heard it because she was like cooking and shit. But
she heard it.
I was like, bro, I really can't open up my phone in like public.
Nah.
I'm like scared to like open up my phone at work. It's like I don't open my phone
for sure
out of the
work.
office.
Yeah. I opened mine one time, and somebody that the pod account follows had retweeted like a Miss Be Nasty post. It's just like you just doing this shit for the free on here. Like that's crazy.
And shout out to her. Hey,
she is a soldier, bro.
Hey, she's a veteran, man. Respect Miss Be Nasty, man. If she didn't do what she did, we wouldn't be able to do what we doing right now, man. So
she is a veteran.
Hey, man. Captain Squirtle.
Yeah, shout out to Jeep Wrangler Interiors.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But, hey man, shout out to Miss Be Nasty.
She got a Tesla now. She upgraded.
Oh, she got a damn. Yeah. All them electronics in there. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, she's got good aim.
Oh, well, since we kind of on this topic, whatever. Not directly into like OnlyFans, but y'all remember how we talked about how Disney fired bro that the creator for X-Men 97.
Yeah,
yes, I saw the rumor about that.
He started an OnlyFans.
Oh, he started one. I thought it said like his content on his account. I thought they meant like what he was subscribing to. He's doing one.
He had an OnlyFans, but they say it was like it wasn't nothing crazy on there. It was I think somebody I see all on like Twitter or something somewhere, and then You just seen a picture of him just super oiled up. I was like, oh, that's why they got this nigga out of here.
I knew it had to be something freaky. You don't get fired that unceremoniously unless you're doing some freaky shit.
He might not have been wilding on there. It's just the fact that he has one. Maybe that.
Yeah, his name gonna be right there in the credits. They don't want that.
Oiled up. I feel like you're probably doing something crazy.
Before I ask you guys this next question, have you guys watched X-Men 97 yet at all?
Seen them both.
No.
You saw both?
Saw both.
What do you think, Blake?
It's dope, man. So I watched one this morning and I watched one before I got on here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's good. I think they did a good job of adhering to the medium that was the original series while also making vast improvements. I actually watched a lot of content talking about the original series, some of the important storylines that are like carrying over to this, and then like just the issues that they had as far as production went. And like in my mind, I've tried to rewatch that like a few times and it was like extremely fucking rough. Yeah. And I know why now. Like they were like had terrible issues with getting money for it, to the point where like the last season is animated by two different groups.
Looks bad.
So like half of the last season looks god awful. The other half looks like just a different show entirely. But
from what I watched, I noticed that.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. It doesn't feel. I mean,
I fucked with it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a good way to continue it in the modern day. It's very strange that it literally picks up right afterwards. But they've done it in a way that doesn't make it feel like you are missing anything, like story wise. There's a lot of different beats that happen in the original series, but they're only focusing on what just happened. So, yeah. I mean, it's easy to pick up and get running with 30-minute episodes. Not bad.
So
Wolverine's voice actor is kind of rough, but everything else is cool.
Are you mad that you can't just watch it all the way through now? You got to wait week to week?
No, there's a lot of good shit on right now. For me in particular, like stuff that I'm trying to watch. Like I'm trying to watch Shogun. Okay. So those are like hour-long episodes. So I got plenty of things I could fit in the meantime. I'm not really worried about that.
Could have watched more than 2 episodes a day. You probably would have.
If I had been home all day, yeah, I probably would have watched this whole entire thing through. Just like, like when One Piece came out, I was able to watch that entire thing in one day. And I was happy about that. But if they did that weekly, I probably still would have watched it. I mean, the show was good. It's how come I kept watching. Yeah. I tried to watch Avatar. I didn't keep watching that.
I just started that. Yeah, I watched I did watch X-Men 97. I'll say this. I think it's good. It's fire. The animation is good. If they said, hey, Jamal, because they said season 2 was already done, and I think they're.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So season 2.
Breaking.
Yeah, season 2 is already done, I think.
Okay.
But they said like, yo, Jamal, I got season 1, 2. I got season 2 on deck. You can watch it right now. You just got to subscribe to the OnlyFans. Are you subscribing?
What's his price?
$15.
Yeah, you doesn't say you gotta watch it. You just gotta subscribe.
I pay $15. I get free access to season 2.
Yeah, you get access to season 2.
Yeah, sure. You can take my 15. I don't care.
Yeah. See, my nigga. Hey,
yeah.
Man, shout out to you,
you just don't gotta click on the post.
I ain't hitting like on nothing.
Yeah. Except the episode. I'll leave a comment.
Turn off auto renew.
Dope, bro. Here.
Oh, you're saying you got to watch the episodes on the OnlyFans, so you might have to scroll.
Yeah, on the OnFans. Yeah.
Oh,
that's cool. That's fine. I've seen a dick before. Yeah, see my own. It's fine. They don't do nothing for me.
I'm so bad.
He just got pictures of your dick on his page.
Yeah, in there.
I got those, but I mean, look, we got to talk splits if that's the case.
50-50.
Something. I'll settle for 20-80.
Okay, all right, I respect it.
No, but yeah, they did a good job, man. I thought I actually took a picture of the screen because I did want to share this with y'all. We can now that we're talking about it. I thought Magneto's outfit was like
that shit's weak as fuck. Get that bullshit Magneto fit out of here.
My man, he's serving shit.
Nah, that shit is ass.
Magneto got
what? That shit is doo-doo, man.
He's wearing lycra shooter sleeves.
He got armpit length gloves on in a skin tight suit with no nothing.
With a big ass M on his chest.
Okay. Yeah. Am I missing the part of X-Men where Magneto ever dressed like this?
He got a scarf on for a cape too. It's crazy.
What the fuck what are we looking at?
The agenda.
Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, he got a coochie.
Magneto.
Nah, this is fucking crazy.
He wearing some lip blush too, man.
Is this like his pajamas?
Nah, this what he's outside saving the world in this shit. Now you're a good guy.
Hey, he's standing.
He don't got the metal suit on. He's wearing this.
No, he don't do the helmet no more because he wanted Charles in his head. So look, man, it's a lot going on.
I'm gonna say
Charles is gone.
Okay,
not dead, but he's gone.
I don't fuck with people who make everything like, oh, this is woke. This is a problem. This is too far.
This outfit strictly.
This outfit is fucking insane.
Magneto got hips in his Bucci out. That's crazy.
I don't even care if Magneto is gay on the show. This nigga is wearing lipstick, a scarf, and a fucking one piece.
That nigga is sassy and in a bitch right now.
Look how he's standing.
He's leaning on the desk with his shit crossed.
He looks like Prince. This is Prince.
Gay blouses.
Photo shoot.
No, I was not expecting. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, they just animated it badly. I can't believe they put this nigga in this. I know he's doing some crazy shit on his own.
He wilding. I mean, he's very good with the word. I mean, he getting all political and stuff. So this is what he chooses to wear.
That should make you real like, goddamn, white people are so goddamn racist, bro. This shit is crazy.
Everything. If you look at everything that's going on as an allegory, because they damn near had like a January 6th for the second episode.
No, that's.
It's kind of crazy. it's kind of goddamn. The doctor, Jean Grey, went to deliver her baby. The doctor's like, I don't fucking deliver mutant babies. Y'all wild out in here. No.
That nigga said, I was not delivering you, bitch. I'm muty, you goddamn muty. Like, damn.
That shit out in my hospital.
A muty is crazy. Not sure.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that's just good though. Go check that out, man.
Yeah, nah, that's just fine. Disney, you might be on to something. Keep this going.
Let's get into the shenanigans.
The fuck is this, man? What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, I did this. This is a long time. Damn. This last week. Go ahead.
Is it last week?
No, I put this on here. Like this is the first thing I put on the docket.
Okay, got it.
I don't even fucking remember this.
Look at all the shoes, all the scammers.
Yeah, hold on. Pause.
We'll let the
so he's getting into designer kicks. These should be goofy as fuck, but the way he breaks them down, I feel like is a lot of like how I feel when I look at these things. Y'all fuck with designer shoes? Y'all like anything like some Louis V, some?
They all be looking big and goofy to be honest.
Most of them I don't like.
Well, my man's at Lenox Square Mall giving these description of the designer shoes.
Wait, do you like them? Okay.
The bottom of it for $1,000. A boot made out of teddy bear dick hair.
What the fuck is that? He said teddy bear dick hair. These boots are terrible.
Do look like corduroy.
$1,350.
$1,350.
Yeah, you got those boots, Tyrell. Why you acting crazy?
I do. I paid $110, and they don't got no teddy bear dick hair on them.
All right.
Burberry Birdman Love. Somebody popped the gender reveal stick on these. I had to throw my favorite cologne in real quick. Perfumes de Marley Pegasus. You can kick a nigga round trip with these on. Some long bonds with the book bag strap shoestring.
Nigga, what are those straps? Look at those shoestrings.
That's how I used to lace my DCs back in middle school.
You remember when those fat shoestrings were the jam?
Yes, sir.
Niggas had them in their fat farms.
Mm-hmm.
Some $1,100 dirty ass Asics. Some Palm Angel Newports. I like the barbecue, but I got money sandals. All white need to take these off the goddamn shelf. This is what it look like when you wipe an alcohol pad across somebody's neck that's real dirty. I'm a white mom and my kids talk back to me shoes. Some Montclair catfish cleaning.
Nigga, what are these?
Those is alright.
I'm sorry, Nike, for saying y'all been making ugly shoes. These was on sale for $700. Some Neapolitan Skechers in a size 17 for $842. This long ass basic training boot for $1,500. You can get it for free if you join the army. I went to Lenox Mall to look at all the shoes, all the scammers.
Yeah, those were ass. All of those shoes were ass. Every single pair.
Shout out to Lenox, man.
Every single pair.
Remember those designer shoes that when all the celebs wore them, they had all the silver spikes on them?
The Lebowski.
Yes.
Oh, I hated those. Those are nasty.
You'd have, if you were somehow were in the league when that happened, you would have had them.
Probably.
I'm sure this was nasty though. What is this? Oh nah, Jamal, hold on. Did y'all get a safety brief or anything like that? Because shit's getting crazy.
Nah, it was good.
All right.
I think that should be the case. Like, I will say the place that I work at, if something happens at like one of the big stores, they're like, hey, be on the lookout for this. If the mailman get beat up, they need to be like, hey, Keep your head on the swivel. Niggas is out there beating up the mailman.
And some shocking
Oh
surveillance.
yeah, I've seen this. I did see this.
What? I know
Already.
that Jamal has given us enough stories about how people get upset with him. So I guess I can understand. But like, what does the mailman got to do for you to want to beat his ass? Like,
Yeah,
the
you
mailman
clearly
gotta
aren't
be
thinking
wild.
straight if you think he's the fault of your problems. He's the last line in everything that's happening.
This is absurd.
Mail carrier getting attacked while on the job.
Hey, cuz, where you
What's up?
from? USPS. Why do you
You kind of run like
You
Jamal.
did the
a little
animation when you break out of a tackle from behind.
when you punch a civilian on GTA? They're like, hey, what the hell?
bit. And then the way he drops the mail,
The assault happening in Gardena.
he drops so much mail. And then he goes to squabble up and gets his ass whooped.
Oh my goodness. And in the
Hey,
face.
hey,
Hold on.
did y'all peep where he threw his hat like he was in the Montgomery, bro? He thought the other mailman was about to come. Look, he threw his hat.
Goodness. And in the face.
Oh, there's no help.
The mail carrier did
Get
try
off
to
me.
back. LAPD has confirmed that they have received
Nah,
a
that's
police
not
report
man.
on the
I'm
incident.
about to stamp you out.
The mail carrier could bring
I was sure,
federal
man. If this
charges.
happened in where I work
What's
at,
wrong
bro,
with people?
I see somebody.
My
Nah, you're getting
goodness.
pieces. It's got to be like
Yeah.
3 people I
This
can't
also
stand in my
happens more
office.
often
Nah,
than
Can I ask, like,
Yeah.
would you ever be holding that much mail in your hand, though? Or would you, like, keep it sorted out in the bag?
I don't have a walk around. That's why he's walking around with the satchel.
No, but
That was-
it wasn't
that was
in his
hella
satchel.
mail.
He had it in his hand.
That
was
was
hella
walking
mail.
around because all my stuff is super close to me. But that shit was
Oh.
hilarious. That shit fell everywhere.
Hey, I don't know if I told y'all we at our old house, our fence in our front yard is probably like, I don't know, like 5.5 feet tall, maybe a little bit shorter than that. And Coffee, I learned the hard learn to jump over the fence. Like he would run back and forth when people were like walking by on the street, but he would never even like think about jumping over. But he really fucking hated our mailman. Like he would like the bark was different for sure. And so one day the mailman is walking by and Coffee like jumps and he like gets his head above the gate so he could see him. And the mailman, this black dude, was like, "Damn, your dog got hops, man." And I was like, "Yeah, I ain't never seen him do that before." He's like, "Oh, okay." So then the next day, Amara's out of town. I'm in my room on the game or whatever. I can see him in the front yard. It's a different mailman that comes by. He does
Oh,
his
shit.
runs back and forth. And we have one of them little e-collars where you can like beep it and it'll get his attention or whatever. And usually if he just hears the sound, he's like, "Oh shit, like I need to go find my person or whatever." I hit him with the beep, didn't work. So then I hit him with the shock because he was jumping. Like, damn, this thing about to jump over the gate. I hit him with the shock, and that shit must have gave him a boost because he jumped over the gate. And he jumped over the gate where our mailbox was at as the mailman's putting shit in there. So I run to the front door. I see the mailman throw his mail in the air. He sprints across the street, like runs into somebody else's gate. I run like, "Coffee, get your ass in the house." And he immediately just turned around like, "Oh, shit, all right, my bad." Came right
If
in
your
the
dog
house.
makes me hurt myself while I'm on the job, as soon as we figure this out, I'm gonna need to talk to you. I need $400 cash right now, or I call the mail police niggas, and I call my station manager, and your dog is getting put down. So, nigga, I need $400 right now, or your dog's getting put down.
Easy as fuck. Didn't bite him, but if he had the chance, Coffee don't really bite people.
I
He
run
just
and
will,
I
like, run up.
think I pulled my head.
Yeah, you can like pull. Yeah, you do anything.
Or I trip and fall and I hurt myself because of your dog. I need 500, or your dog's getting put down.
Nah, I'm about to kidnap you now.
Nah.
Now you really fucked up.
We're both gonna be on the news, so
That shit terrifies me. My dog's getting out, dogs. They both big as hell. Like,
Ooh, yeah.
I don't think they'd do anything to anybody, but in the event that they did, like having to go through that and getting my dogs like put down and shit for.
or you could keep them, just have 500 cash on you.
Yeah. If I see your two big ass dogs running at me, I'm shooting them dogs. Absolutely.
That's what I feel like a lot of people would do, and it's like I don't.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not wrong. Like you don't know them. Like
Like another two.
the shit.
Tyrell, your dog bites somebody and they say, "Hey, we cannot report this. Just give me $400, or we go to legal and your dog gets put down." What you choosing?
Honestly, it depends on who the person is.
Okay.
Like if it's somebody who I believe is gonna follow through with it. Like if it was a mailman, I probably would just pay it because like they got like a pretty clear path to like make you kill your dog. If it's just some random person, I'm like, it didn't happen. You got a camera? That wasn't my dog that did that to you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, even then, yeah. By the time you get them people back here, there won't be a dog here.
Yeah.
I don't know who shit in my front yard. Don't worry about that.
I shit in my front yard. What's up?
Yeah. Are you going to test it?
Yeah, I for sure would take my dog to my mama's house. They wouldn't know.
Something's dying that you love.
All right. Did you guys see this jersey swap that happened the other day? In the
describe
Raptors,
it for me.
In the Raptors, I'm not going to describe
a lot of things.
There was a jersey swap in the
jersey swaps happen every night. What's about this one?
Raptors Magic game.
Anthony
Grady,
Anthony Black,
and
Dick from Kansas
decided they wanted to swap jerseys, and I love that you can see the childish ass conversation happening between the two of them. Like
Grady's like, "Hey, we should do it. We should definitely do it."
And you can see him. You can see him go, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Magic shooting 50% as well.
Like, this one's for Adam 22.
If you haven't picked up yet, if you haven't picked up yet, Anthony Black and Grady Dick are swapping jerseys with each other, and then they run over to get a cameraman. They run over to get a cameraman, and they hold up their jerseys next to each other. Switch sides, make sure it's lined up right, so that when they hold it up, it says Black Dick.
I know. Anthony Silver's, or what's his name?
Adam Silver.
He spit his fucking coffee out.
And then somebody from I think it was from the Raptors social media team tweeted this out, and then somebody posted a LinkedIn job posting for a social media manager.
Oh yeah,
for the Raptors.
Hell no.
These motherfuckers look incredibly happy. It's hella funny. I think it's hilarious.
Nah, that is kind of funny.
They know it. They know what's up.
They stupid as hell.
He had that shit circled on his calendar. He's like, when I see Anthony Black, I'm getting that shit.
Like what other Lamar had that teammate where his last name was Samuel, and they used to take pictures with each other. So it's like Samuel, then L. Jackson.
Oh,
those pictures.
I forgot about that.
What are some other good jersey swaps Grady Dick should seek out? Dick James sounds funny.
Yeah, Dick James, Dick Harden,
James.
or
Dick
Harden.
Ooh,
Harden Dick.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to do a jersey swap with James Harden. He doing with De'Aaron Fox Dick. That's a funny one.
Fox Dick.
Or
Dick Fox. No, Dick Fox sounds better.
Dick Fox.
Yeah,
that's the 4-star version of Rick Fox.
All right. While we're talking about basketball, I don't like to be too in the moment. This might be the greatest game-winning shot I've ever seen. This shit was stupid.
Hey, hold on. You got to, in context too, this Ramadan, so Kyrie didn't have no food or water all day.
Dehydrated like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hungry
Left
as hell.
hand, Allah.
Dallas is playing Denver. They're in Dallas. 2.8 seconds left. They drop a play for Kyrie. And I don't know what you're supposed to do here. Jokic
Nothing.
is the biggest person ever. Gets a hand.
That's not a good shot.
And Kyrie hit a left-handed fading hook shot over Jokic.
This was Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's when the Clippers bitch asses lost.
This is what they wanted us to believe Kareem was doing for 20 years.
He was.
I don't believe it. I ain't seen it.
Look where he takes this shot from. Like he's like 2 steps behind the free throw line, hand in his face, moving to the side using the wrong hand. That's absurd.
Holding Jokic off with the other one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kyrie
really different.
Dude, they were trying to sell, man. Oh no, that was the yesterday. I would say Luka wanted to have his worst game ever yesterday. He shot like 3 for 19.
Yes,
against the Spurs. And Wemby, Wemby about to be a top 5 player in the next 2-3 years.
Wemby?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Pop gonna be there for it, dog. They got too much work to do to get that roster back to winning.
And I thought Wemby is fucking ridiculous, dog.
He sees him. Luka crying.
Y'all see? I know y'all just seen the Chet Holmgren dunk today, but those Anthony Edwards dunk yesterday.
We got to start talking about him for best in-game dunker all time. I know it ain't been that long. It's a short run so far, but good Lord.
I just can't put him over VC yet, but he's got some good ones.
The way he's been jumping over folks is
Ja was doing that shit too, man.
Ja had some good ones. Ja got the fake bounce.
Yeah.
I was missing them shits and they still look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that Anthony Edwards one was fucking insane. Because some of them dunks is just like, you don't have any business even trying to do that. Like that one he hit the other day, he jumped from so far away. He jumped from so far away that he didn't even hit the hoop. Like he had to throw that bitch in.
Threw it in there.
Oh,
Dwight Howard, or Dwight Howard did that in the dunk contest.
Yeah,
That's how Blake Griffin caught Kendrick Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ooh, that shit was bad. That shit was bad.
Is there a reason why? People were talking about this the other day. I kind of want to see you guys' opinion on it. Is there a reason why Adam Silver isn't pushing Anthony Edwards to be the face of the league? Because I feel like he should. He's got the personality. He's young. He's nice and hoop. He's cool. He's been in a movie.
Send the video was a problem. Okay, they showed him the video of. They showed him he was watching the dunk, like in the post game interview. He's like, "Ooh, little ass nigga," on TV.
These brothers is weird, whatever he said when he's driving around.
I forgot about that.
Okay. He's got some growing up to do, but at the same time, it's like if let's say 21. If the Wolves won the title this year, I mean he'd be everywhere, and he's already everywhere. So there's two ways to look at it. Like he's already doing face of the league type stuff, but he also is operating in different lanes.
If he won the title in Minnesota, they might call him the greatest basketball player of all time because that franchise has been desolate forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga's different.
Like Anthony Edwards is type of person where if he pops up on BMF this season, we wouldn't be surprised.
I'd be more surprised that he doesn't pop up, honestly.
Yeah, the way things are going, like he can play ball in both fields.
That show's crazy as fuck. And now it got me crazy. It got me questioning like what could have actually been happening. Like, did Meech actually have his daddy down there kicking it with him for the weekend? I don't know.
Probably not.
You mean the best TV dad of all time?
Is this thick ass stud actually a real person? Was she like really the comp?
Might have been. Yeah, your boy Chuck Flannery's been in rare form again. He was having a blast at the hip hop convention. Almost got his son lined.
That's the thing I don't get about Charles Flannery on that fucking show. Is he'll be like, man, Meech, you know, you're a real piece of shit. I don't ever want you to talk to me again, you fucking scumbag. And then he's like, hey, man, I heard you're going to Freaknik this weekend. Can I come with you? Oh,
well, okay. It's because he's broke and like Meech is paying for the house and you don't have nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Haitian Jack said he wants to kick it with us. You guys should hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
Dad, don't hang out with him. Don't tell me what to do, son. Okay.
Dog. The funniest shit ever is when Meech saw him at the strip club with his side chick. Because the way they slowed the music down, he just looked at Meech and he just looked straight down. That was the funniest shit ever on TV.
Oh my god. What a mess.
I couldn't imagine you're in the strip club, you see your daddy and they're cheating on your mom.
Dog, that nigga was really cheating across the street from his house at that motel. you could throw a football to where he was cheating at, bro.
Oh, his mom about to go get some street meat now too.
Oh yeah. And that mama fine to me. I don't care.
She getting the old thing back.
We know. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
I remember they pulled up that hotel that he was humping that lady at that they found the receipt for, and they put that shit right next door to a Wendy's. Like, yeah, you was fucking while she was at work at the Wendy's.
She was making 4 for $4s,
dropping the spicy nuggets off.
That shit was probably like a 4 for $115 that time.
All right, what is this fam can't be fam?
Oh man, nah, this yo. I didn't know this. Like, you had to make a law for this, but yeah, I think Tennessee is banning first cousin marriage. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know you could legally do that.
Keep the government out of our lives.
I was kind of surprised. I didn't know that. I just kind of thought you're together with that person within your family, but you don't legally do it because it's kind of. I just already assumed it was illegal, but I guess not.
Yeah, I thought
first cousins is crazy.
Everywhere. Yeah, first cousins is fucking insane.
That is fucking sick.
I could see some shit down the line though. Like if it's
third.
I don't even know how to do the math. Let's say
he was flirting with a number.
I don't know how to do the math, but I'm just saying, let's say it's your grandmother's sister's great niece. Like, what is that?
No, you can't do the niece. You can't do the niece. It would have to be their if it was your. If you
okay, let's say that niece's cousin, that cousin, but they're not blood to you.
Oh, then they don't matter. If there's no blood for real, I think you're.
But y'all are still technically cousins.
Yeah, no, I don't think that matters. If your cousin's through your cousin, that don't count.
Okay,
there's some sick ass math y'all.
First cousins, I know is when you share the same grandparent.
Yeah, that's my cousins I grew up with.
Second cousin is like you share a great grandparent. I think it keeps going like third cousin is a great great grandparent. So like even a second cousin, that's pretty fucking nasty. But like if y'all didn't grow up together, that's not super crazy, I guess. But I think anything beyond a third cousin where it's like our only relation is our great grandparents, we're siblings, and then like you obviously keep branching out from there. I feel like that's not crazy. First cousins is fucking insane.
I'd be wondering like how do people keep these things in line? Like when you live like on like these small like island nations, like you grew up on Guam or some shit like that. Like Guam's tiny as fuck. Like if you dealing with people from there and you live there, like on some level you go back like far enough, y'all are gonna be related, you know? Like, and it's probably not gonna be through some legal shit. It's probably gonna be through blood. Like there's only so many people there. Like, how do you escape that shit?
I think that's where it's like I know like if the first cousins is like the one where you can really your kids will be
you'll know that.
Like, you gotta banish people.
I think it's really a societal thing. Like second cousins, there's very little like genetic crossover that's actually going to happen. So there's no like negative ramifications. It's just kind of we look at it as nasty, and they probably don't. But yeah, first cousins like your kids have to have like extra toes and shit.
Yeah, no, you risking a lot. Sickle cell disease, all that.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
Salute, Tennessee. Welcome to the 2024.
I be thinking about them stories where it's like, oh, my dad had another kid and like we didn't know until we like later after we've been fucking. It's like, dog, what are you supposed to do? Because like you already been doing the thing. Like, do you stop now that you know this person is like directly related to you?
If it was one of them things where the news got dropped on y'all after like y'all had developed feelings and done whatever already, I probably would just consult a medical professional, present the information to them, and weigh our risk. If like we decided we wanted to create a family out of this.
That's crazy.
That sounds nasty when you like hear it out loud.
It does, because on paper it's always going to look terrible. But the thing is, as far as family structure goes, we don't see each other as cousins because we were never raised to be cousins with one another. Like I don't know you from a can of paint. Like I met you at the bar. Like it's
yeah. And then we found out that our grandmas were sisters. Like, yeah, that didn't really mean shit to me, you know?
Yeah, that's not on us. Like, I don't know. Like, you probably shouldn't do it, but that to me isn't as taboo as like, nah, we was at my first birthday. We went to church together every Sunday. That's nasty business. That's nasty work.
Yeah. People are gross.
That's some, Lannister shit.
All right.
The lineage is nasty.
Oh, it's terrible. How about Keenan Allen? What's up?
Oh, I was hoping we could get to that later. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Because like
anything the Bears have done, Ryan Poles going nuts.
I like it for the Bears. I fucking hate it for the Chargers. Because like we had already freed up hella cap space with like the players we got rid of. I think Keenan only had one more year on his deal. So like unless they're gonna like fill that cap space with like a bunch of players, I'm not really sure what the benefits of like trading him for nothing were.
Y'all finna draft the receiver, man. You already know what's about to happen.
But we could have drafted the receiver and had Keenan Allen.
That was possible.
The cap wasn't so crazy that I was like, if we draft, like if we don't get rid of him, we can't like build a team. So it's just kind of, it doesn't really make any sense to me. And I think it's just like, I don't know. The Chargers already have like a bad reputation with how they treat players, families and stuff like that. And just thinking of like all of the Charger great players end up playing somewhere else and like finishing their career somewhere else. There's other than Antonio Gates, there's no like Charger great that has like been there the whole time. And then like LT played one more year or 2 more years. Phillip Rivers played, I think, 1 more year. So like, just hold on to the nigga for 1 more year. Let them finish it out like the way that they should. I think it's nasty.
No, Harbaugh pulled up like, I want all these ball bitches off our team. Get rid of Eckler. Get rid of Allen too.
Fuck Eckler though. I don't give a fuck about him.
That was your man's. You took him second overall.
Hey, he was my man's, but
I thought he was gonna rush for 1,500 last year.
Yeah,
he had 700 yards. Like,
you're fucking stupid. I should have made you eat a shoe, jackass. Nah, Ryan Poles is going crazy.
Bears loading up. Bears are loading up. They had Darnell Wright, Tyreek Stevenson, DJ Moore last year, Keenan Allen, likely Caleb Williams, and a second round pick in this draft from the Panthers in that Bryce Young trade, basically. So
the Panthers gonna suck dick again.
The Panthers are god awful.
That honest to God might be one of the worst trades in NFL history. Like I don't even think it really matters what comes from Like, if the Bears could do nothing with it, the fact that they like the player that you could have gotten instead of Bryce Young is much better than Bryce Young. And I think what we've seen from CJ Stroud, I have to imagine he's probably gonna in the long run be better than Caleb Williams. So and like, but you could have also gotten Caleb Williams. So you drafted like the worst of these three quarterbacks and gave up hell other shit to get a 5'10" nigga to, and then have him throw to Adam Thielen instead of DJ Moore.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
It's disgusting. It looks so bad. Every move that gets made subsequent to that trade looks so terrible. And they're just the Panthers just haven't like done anything around it. Like they keep going, they're cycling through coaches and GMs. Like they just keep cycling through shit. And there's no stability there. That franchise, they somehow got rid of their racist ass, sexual harassing ass owner and got worse.
No, I do love that we play them twice a year though. It's tremendous for us.
Free dubs.
Nice jerseys though. The jerseys are nice. I do like the jerseys.
Free dubs.
Have
your guys' teams done any? Have your guys' teams done anything since the last free agency episode?
The fuck you mean? Have we done anything?
Happy about?
Besides the Badman from
Gimp.
From Maryland, I believe. Chase Young.
Yeah, Chase Young. He a DC nigga.
You excited about that?
Have we done anything? Okay. Chase Young was showing his ass off in the Super Bowl.
You got a sack? How many sacks your Bosa got in the Super Bowl?
The other, which Bosa?
Your Bosa.
They're both the same. They're two sides of a MAGA coin. Jamal, what have you guys done? You guys done anything special?
I think we have, but I can't remember right now though.
Not bring back Calvin Ridley, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I can't think of that.
That was last week. Okay, all right.
I thought. We signed. I think we signed Eric Armstead.
Oh, that's
big.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, you guys got a big ass defensive line.
Always.
And Trayvon Walker are both hella big.
Yeah.
Trayvon Walker went from 3 sacks to 11 sacks, but nobody wants to talk about that. Niggas told me he sucked, but it is what it is. Anyway,
point him out.
That's for the drunk NFL draft show.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the NFL draft show, we already got one guest coming on to speak for their Raiders. But we're going to be on for a couple hours. If we want to come on and talk about your team, hit us up, hit us on Twitter, or email us at criticallyunfocused@gmail.com. If you're a fan of that team, I don't want to hear you just got opinions. We don't give a fuck about your opinion. But if you're a fan of a team that you want to talk about, hit us up.
There are at least 3 people in the extended Critically Unfocused podcast universe that can represent the Raiders. I wonder who this is.
The most illegal one.
Oh boy. We're risking it all. Let's go.
That's insane.
Hey, shout out to Off the Wallers. He retired.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really retire?
Your man's, he gone. He gonna make music full time. Your basketball husband.
He was so cold.
Mm-hmm.
She leave. I think aren't they splitting up? I think they broke up.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I know she went on some interview and was talking about like how hard it is once he got traded from Vegas, like because they don't see each other. Like they already barely saw each other during the season.
That might be why he retired. Then he might be going over there.
Maybe, yeah. Shout out to him. I hope so. Yeah, go be unemployed in Vegas. I'm sure that'll work out for you, dopehead.
Ain't bad.
That was fucked up. I shouldn't have said that.
Now we talk about our black brothers like that.
Yeah, he mixed. And mama white.
No, actually, he's actually full black. They ran a little special on about his like drug addiction. Both his parents just kind of likes it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, his parents just the Rock's complexion.
Just white in there somewhere.
Shout out to the Rock, the GOAT.
All right. Some of this stuff don't got a link. I don't know what we're looking at.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave this Bishop Ballman on one-on-one, but that preacher that we was talking about who had all the fly shit on, they got his ass. Yeah,
he like 46, 48 years.
Yeah,
40 years.
He booked and busy.
40 years.
He gone.
That nigga be home in 2089. Let's get it. We up when he's out.
That's so fucking long from now.
We can roll this into the PS2 discussion, so I'll leave that alone for now. You all talk about that. So I watched the entire like Unreal presentation they did today. This Captain America and Black Panther game was part of that.
Marvel, 1943.
Yeah, there was some other cool shit in that presentation though. They were showing like the system that they use in order to create levels with Unreal, and they were saying like basically they're going to make all Fortnite development go to this system, and with that means like the custom games and stuff you can make in Fortnite. Like the demo that they showed, basically like they made Starfield in Fortnite, like with like photorealistic humans. You can change where the camera is so you can do it in first person and you don't see your goofy ass Fortnite character. It's just like you're walking around like a realistic environment and stuff like that. You can like import custom assets and all this other fly shit. Like Unreal Engine 5 looks crazy. I know like that was supposed to be like so sort of coinciding with this generation of consoles and everything like that. But it seems like the consoles maybe came out a bit earlier than this stuff was actually ready. But I feel like the ball is really starting to get rolling on like the UE5 stuff being like the default in just like coming into our games and stuff like that. So it should the end of this generation should be pretty exciting.
That should gonna be gas.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what like these new, because I know the PS5 Pro is rumored to be coming out this holiday, and they used a bunch of words about how powerful it is that I didn't understand, but I'll be interested if this can like capitalize on some of that newer technology without a full refresh. You know,
I feel like gaming kind of made a mistake, at least the consoles maybe, in trying to advertise like 4K 60 is what it was going to be for this generation, because they're flat out just not strong enough to do that consistently across the board. Like there's a couple games that do it, but for the most part, things are like checkerboarded, not true 4K, like upscaled or whatever. Yeah. I think if they aim the bar lower, because like 4K is like a crazy fucking performance bar to try to hit, aim the bar lower and just keep the frame rates high. I think complaints will stop. Like there's been a lot of backlash this week about Dragon's Dogma 2 because it's locked at 30 on consoles. And it's shit like that. Like you're trying to push the fidelity too much when you should just be trying to maintain the performance bar up there. So they said UE5 though, like it's a lot like more efficient. So maybe it might help with some of this stuff. I don't know.
I know every gamer has their thing, but if you give me 60 frames per second, I don't really care what the fidelity looks like. Like it can't look like ass, but as long as I get the frame rate high, it can kind of look like whatever. I don't really give a fuck about that.
Exactly. Frame rate is
Shout out to the people that put out the games that make them 60 and you got the high performance mode, like for the 60 frames and it's fidelity with all the ray tracing and stuff.
Yeah. I know Spider-Man did that pretty well.
Exactly. Spider-Man, God of War did it just like that.
We're gonna be first party titles. Horizon's like the bar, basically, at this point.
Pretty much. I'm glad we finally got some news from this damn that game, because we hadn't seen nothing from it since they like announced it. That was about like 2 years ago, probably.
Yeah, no, and this is a good long trailer too. It's like damn near 2 minutes. I'm flying around Paris, and all that. T'Challa is like not T'Challa, T'Chaka, light skinned brother.
That's the dude from he played the nigga with the tiger on Walking Dead.
I don't know
that's
about
him.
that.
He's doing.
Oh, that's him.
That's him. Yeah, look, you couldn't tell by the face model.
I didn't remember someone with a tiger.
Yeah, that was later in the season.
Way later, way too far. I was way too far in. I still didn't even finish it.
Yeah, he wasn't on there for how long, but yeah, it was a black dude with dreads. He had a fucking tiger.
Salute.
He does other voice that we know. Like I think he was like he's Cyborg. He's done a bunch of shit. He's like this Carrie Payton.
Tiger.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see some gameplay though.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Shit, I want to see something from them. That Wonder Woman game they announced that's supposed to have that Nemesis system in. We still ain't seen nothing from that.
Yeah, I ain't seen nothing from that.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
No, the Nemesis system is so fucking fire.
Mm-hmm. That's a fire ass system. Until you run into an enemy that be beating your ass every time, but he just keeps them stronger. Like, God damn, man.
You gotta slime him.
Run away from that nigga. Shoot arrows at him.
Let's see. Y'all see Lamar Odom having a time?
No, I didn't, and I'm afraid of whatever is about to be said.
Well, one, this is not the link I have on here is not the podcast he announces he's doing with Caitlyn Jenner, who's an Olympian. A terrible human being, but an Olympian. But
Caitlyn Jenner is just a bitch who kills people.
Technically, see now you're ignoring. You're doing something wrong, and I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, you get to keep your awards like the Sonics or like OKC or like the Lakers.
Yeah, if you buy a house and then like you transition, like you don't have to give up the house because like you're no longer your dead name.
That's a little different.
No, it's the same thing.
No, because they got an Olympics in the men's sport.
Well,
yeah.
Either way,
No,
Points were made.
Jenner ain't winning. Caitlyn Jenner ain't winning shit but a court case. Beat nothing but a murder.
Lamar went on a different podcast and shared some pregame routines that he had.
Oh boy!
Right, everybody's got nerves before games sometimes, and
I used to always
Max
jerk
Christie?
off.
Who the fuck is that?
When I think
He talked right over it.
I used to always jerk off.
got nerves before games sometimes, and
I used to always jerk off. When I think about it, because that probably took some of my energy.
Wait,
You know
what?
I mean?
That was so your pregame ritual was to jerk off.
At home. I mean, I was at home at the crib.
Interesting.
Bust it
Max,
down.
you have a pregame
Hotel
ritual?
room, I bust it down. That's why sometimes I would rather play on the road.
right, everybody's got.
Now I got to go to basketball and look at his home and away splits. Hold on.
That's hilarious.
Nah, but I mean,
Did
yeah,
you guys
different
have any
players.
pregame rituals when you guys played competitive sports?
Not that.
Shit. We had pre-game rituals that were like mandated for us. Fucking drink chocolate milk and lay in the mat room, I guess.
Yeah, a little have some spaghetti.
Yeah, that's crazy. You just you don't got to tell everybody everything.
You don't. His home and away splits are the same.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
he shot a
was
better
doing
percentage on the
everything.
road though.
Okay. That post nut clarity had him locked in like a fucking Deathstroke.
Saw the ball go in.
Locked in like Deathstroke is funny.
And I don't like how he just like casually mentioned it too. Yeah, you should just jerk off. I don't really know.
Yeah, I wish there was a year where like it was egregious that he was a lot better on the road. That'd be funny.
Hilarious.
Hey, I seen a clip today from a Maury show, and the lady must have been talking about her husband's like a sex addict or something like that. And she was like, I was cleaning our kitchen and I picked up a kitchen towel and there was like a white odorless stain on there like that. And she goes, there's only so many things that can really do. He goes, yeah, I beat that shit. I beat that shit. And what?
What?
Damn.
He was, she anyway, it doesn't matter. It was just made me think of Lamar.
Right.
Because why are you just, I beat my shit before the game. What's the problem?
Hey man, son, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. But I have like terrible headaches, and I'm just at the house. I'll go beat my meat real quick. I feel like that helps me get rid of my headache. When I have like a really, really bad headache,
Don't they make you do some BC powder, dog? Like
I gotta beat off and lay down.
Hey, remember when I said you don't gotta tell everybody everything?
I'll be straight.
Oh, buddy.
Nigga jerk the headache out.
Nah, real shit, man. That shit work, man.
You release the demon. Get out of me.
No, I'm
Yo,
talking
you're
if I got a
sick,
really bad headache where it's like, dude,
Okay, you don't got to keep explaining, dog. You're good. We understand.
It gets to a point where it's like, damn, this is serious. I know what I have to do.
Man,
He
drink
said,
water
fuck
ain't helping,
urgent,
man.
fuck urgent
I
care,
know I'm
fuck
hydrated.
Tylenol. I'm yanking my dick.
Kendra Sutherland, save me.
Yeah, that's some crazy work. Look at that. Insane.
Oh, no.
It just, I guess. I don't know where to go from here. Oh, Twitch is hornier than ever? What are they doing now? That seems
Bad
like
shit. Again, this goes back into what I'm talking about. It's the candy shop for the ants, man.
Oh,
the fuck is wrong with society?
I know it's back to the okay. Oh yeah, I saw this the other day.
What happened on
They
Twitter?
green screened the game onto the cheeks.
Okay, I seen that. Yeah.
All right, I don't got to put this up then. This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think we should put this on this. I don't think we should put this on the screen.
This is a family show. Particularly this episode.
I don't have a problem with like this if it's like do some type of verification to be able to see it. But like that kids are going on to watch Fortnite videos, and like your mom coming around the corner and you ain't here watching some bitch be a Catwoman in a latex suit on her ass. Like that's crazy. My mom would kick my ass. I'm watching this shit.
Yeah. I would have a hard time processing what I'm looking at for a second, probably.
For sure.
Yeah, these kids got access to too much stuff now, man. Or like it's just you can get to anything, like just the touch of.
It's nothing wholesome.
Yeah, like, dude, I'd be surprised. Like, 'cause I logged on Twitch on my phone the other day. I do follow like one streamer shit like that, but I was surprised. I'm like, damn, I forgot you could do shit like this on Twitch now.
And it's crazy how it escalated. Like at first it was the hot tubs, and they were like, "Ooh, but I could actually just be naked if I cover it up with a little bar." Okay,
Yeah.
but now I could be naked if I cover it up with like this is just crazy.
That's nasty out here, man.
She could have used. She's too talented to be doing this. She could be doing something better.
Nothing else pays like this. So I'm talking
That's
about.
a good point. 5 gifted equals a creamy treat.
Nigga, what? What are you reading?
I'm looking at her like on her stream. If you give her 5 gifted, you get a creamy treat. If she gets 5 gifted, she'll also do jumping jacks.
Is the fake NPC girl still going on TikTok?
Yep. Yeah, but there's so many of them now. You don't see her as frequent, and she's like kind of gotten some backlash a little bit because she's problematic as fuck.
Thank you, baby. I like that so much.
I thought they found footage of her, and it was mid.
They did have footage of her. She had an OnlyFans. Her and her man, but people were getting mad because like you would see her kid. Her kid would like walk in the background, and she would break out of character, like, "Get the fuck out of here, stupid!"
No, you gotta say it in like French though. Nah,
she started sounding like a nigga as soon as the baby came around. It was a grown man.
The kid can't ruin the content, man. Speaking of footage, remember when the timeline caught that sexy red leak?
Oh,
and niggas like that. They got the hakalugi on to spit start the pussy up.
It was some white ass spit too. You know that nigga ain't had no water. He was like, yeah, that nigga
have some respect.
Like when Popeye used to spit into like a canteen. That's the kind of spit he spit on her shit.
Yeah, he had that Ramadan spit. That shit was white as
fuck. I think I had to jump start the pussy, bro. That shit was crazy. That shit did not look like it was hitting.
Oh, she's pregnant now.
Since we're being equitable and fair to everybody, did y'all ever hear of Gamergate like back in 2014?
Yes, that was when like people were. I don't even remember what this was. It was like people hating on women or something like that online.
That sounds like
yes, primarily targeting like women and stuff like that. But it was because there was women speaking out about misogyny in the games industry. Whether it be like in the form of how women are written in games, how they're presented in games, how they're treated when it comes to games, stuff like that. The gamers went and did a gamer move and just were extremely nasty. This is like a sect of people online, like alt-right type behavior and shit like that. It kind of went unchecked from the game industry itself. Like they didn't really address these folks. But the things just kind of died down. And you know, like when stuff like that happens, people don't really disappear. They just kind of it festers. And so they're back now, and they're going at this company called Sweet Baby Inc. They've made like a group on Steam. You can do what's called like a curator group where it's a page where you can like post reviews for different games and stuff like that. And this one is all about saying these games were had Sweet Baby Inc. involved in it. Sweet Baby Inc. They basically look over like narrative stuff that game developers do. Like the game developers hire Sweet Baby to help improve their script writing and stuff like that, basically. Yeah. But this group of Gamergate folks, they think that Sweet Baby is basically just doing like DEI shit to the scripts and making them woke. When in reality, like that's not the case at all. It just so happens that Sweet Baby is like it's a diverse company from Canada who may be about some of that stuff, but that's not what they're doing to these scripts necessarily. It's just they're here to help people write better, make fully fleshed characters. Let me scroll down to some of the games they worked on.
That's all they need to employ us, man. I feel like we could be some great assets. You don't think so?
Not you.
You gonna single me out?
Nah, so
yeah,
you're crazy. You and Blake.
Yeah, you're fucking insane. Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
So they've worked on Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Sable. They've they've done some bangers. And yeah, this group is. I should find their page. I don't want to pull this nasty shit up though. But they're basically targeting this company and like making things really hard for them for no fucking reason. They made a boogeyman out of them. I'm glad that like this is The Verge who wrote this up. Like they're highlighting that this shit is happening now versus like back in 2014 nobody was talking about these type of groups. Yeah. But you see a lot of it's that sentiment of like when a game gets presented and it has like a female protagonist, there's people that are already hating on it. Yeah. Even where them people come from. Like there's a community for this type of shit online. So
people are such
it's just crazy to me that like I hate that the world is in a place where it is where like anything that isn't just a white dude is considered like woke or they're like trying to force something on us or they're making like, and it gets these people so riled up because I'm looking at the games that in the like Sweet Baby Detective that people are like not recommending. And it's games that were perfectly fine. They're like, they ruined Starfield. They ruined Spider-Man. They ruined God of War. Like, you just hate anything. I saw people were making, like, Anger Boda from God of War into a white character. Like, this would have been more realistic. And it's like,
I saw that,
took
too.
The only black character in the game and made it white. And we're like, this would have been the more realistic. So it's like, if it's not white and it's not straight, it is woke and it's bad. Which is just
that's crazy.
You're just kind of a pussy if like you let something like that, like Horizon, because the main character is a woman. Like nothing, I don't care about nothing else. It's a woman, and I can't handle it. I just don't understand how these people like breathe in the same air as us, walking around. Motherfuckers be having good jobs, making decisions for people, and shit, and they can't handle like seeing a woman on TV. Drives me insane. And people like. Just people don't call them these some pussies. Like you're spending real time on the internet, like shaming companies because they're putting black people in a video game. You mad that Miles is in the video game? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's anybody that's not a white male. But I think a lot of this, like you said, no one's calling them pussies. Like they exist in a safe space, like they try to say other people want to, where they're just among other. Like fucking mouth breathers like themselves in Discord servers and shit. Because that's what this article also talks about. Like the journalists that did this article, they went into their Discord server and it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of like just normal channels in here. Like just people like sharing art. There's game discussion. There's just general conversation and stuff like that. And then there's one just dedicated to this shit. Like, so these people, like they find a community of people like-minded like them who are willing to just hate on shit to hate on shit. And they don't ever have to have real interactions with real people about their fucked up ideals because they're not going to talk about this shit in real life. Like, unless they can get a signal from someone else that you're like me, you think it's He-Man, woman haters time too. So let's get on that. You see they're putting the darkies in our Spider-Man. Let's get them out of here. Like it's.
I feel like it hasn't happened in a long time, but y'all ever have people who like try to get some shit off with you where they're like, yeah, something about women, just to see if you'll go along with it. That shit's always the most awkward shit in the world. Like you just said some wild racist shit or some wild sexist shit. I'm not rocking with that. It's like, I'm just kidding.
Happens more often than you think. I just ignore it though. I just don't engage with them. Like I'll be sitting there, I clearly can hear them. I just zero reaction, no sell.
I believe in shame too much. Like,
no, that's fair, but it's
crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
ain't no point. For me,
yeah, it's fun. It's just fun to make people uncomfortable, especially when their whole gym is keeps you fresh. It keeps you young. Keeps.
When I know somebody's an idiot and they don't reason with logic, there's no point for me to get into that type of argument with you because I'm not going to change your mind about this. You already are dead set in bad information. So what?
Yeah, you can't help them. So
you're not gonna. Yeah, like I'm gonna let you be you because.
Yeah, I just want you to be uncomfortable. I just want you to know, like, damn, that nigga, I can't say it around him anymore. He gonna get on my ass.
Now, like Magneto said on the second episode of X-Men, Charles wanted me to see the Earth from this view to remind me of how large this place is and how small we all make it seem.
Now Magneto was spitting on that episode.
Let the motherfuckers be.
He just got that weak ass suit on, man.
That suit is ass. He got
that fit is ass, bro.
You got to do something about that.
That suit is exactly what I'm complaining about. I don't want to watch that show if that nigga wearing this.
That fit his ass.
That's one of the things they pointed out though on that recap I was watching. They said Magneto had a slave island. He enslaved the mutants to build his island.
Nah, he ain't do that, man.
Yeah, he did. That's where them callers came from. They were from his island.
Nah, he ain't do that, man.
All right, man.
Whatever you say, buddy.
That's from lumps getting to the top, but he here now.
He can just build all this stuff himself, man. He is the master of magnetism.
Nah, he got slaves instead.
That's crazy.
Trevor Bauer is getting cooked up again.
I haven't seen this, and I would love to see it because it seemed like he got off.
Well, I thought he did. Trevor Bauer is a pitcher that the Dodgers signed a couple years ago. They gave him a boatload of money. Then he got like in this public case of like abuse, basically, like that he choked this woman out in like some type of sexual act that went far beyond the consent that they established.
Oh, okay. I remember hearing about this. Okay,
He's a freaky ass nigga.
So his actual accuser is standing on Bennett. She got on Twitter and popped her shit about why no MLB team will sign him.
When we thought they got off, it was like they had texts that made it look like she was lying, like she was.
Or that they had some level of consent because they were both like they were into some freak shit together. So it seemed like. Yes, she had bruising and stuff on her, but that was the type of shit that they liked doing. But based on what she's saying, it's not the case. So,
all right, we're not going to get into a 4-minute materially false little YouTube video that looked like it was edited with
shit is all right.
The skills of a 5th grader. We're going to break down why no MLB team is signing Trevor Bauer. Could you imagine that? No one is signing him. So it's almost like
I ain't worried about
the
that.
Conservative media who attacked
about what she's saying.
They thought they knew better than, a neutral arbitrator who heard all the evidence from different women. They thought they knew better than that. They thought they knew better than the top lawyers that were brought in, like Maura Penza, who brought down Keith Raniere and Nexium. And they thought they knew better than the investigators who went through Trevor's life for 10 months with multiple women. Just huge shout out to them first. So let's just break it down. We don't have a lot of time. 4 minutes is too long. Number one, why he's not signed. Multiple accusers. Some of which who have sex tapes that he filmed himself with his GoPro and sent to the women that were brought to MLB and played. And I have seen some of them with my own eyes. And there's non-consensual activity going on, first of all. And it is one of the most dark things you could ever imagine. Second of all,
filming non-consensual activity and sending it to the victim is fucking crazy.
It is. And I do think what she's doing right now is very important because Trevor Bauer, he still like is a YouTube content creator. And the light that he's presented in over there on his stuff, like it's you would think that he was in the right.
And that's
because there's people that fuck with him who seem wholesome. Like so
that's just part of what I'm talking about with the gaming shit, was where it's like people are just so like hell bent to like make any type of money wrong, even just a woman, where it's like, all these women said you beat the fuck out of them. Same thing with like Deshaun Watson. All these women said you did some freaky ass shit. I have no evidence to prove that you didn't do it, but you're a man, so I'm rocking with you. Or I hate women so much that I'm just rocking with you just off.
Yeah, like they be lying.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I definitely and it's the fucked up part of like how much do I like this person, because that's the more benefit of the doubt that I will give them.
Sure, for sure.
It's hard to like kind of defeat that mindset, but then it's a whole other thing to automatically stand on. Well, there's something going on with this woman automatically. It doesn't matter who it is. Like that the woman's always wrong. Like I get like that you like this person a lot. You try to point out the flaws in the story. Like this can't be right. This can't be this. But I don't know, man. Like
you could just still
sometimes
rock
you
with
just gotta
like,
shut the fuck up.
Hey, Kobe did something. I just don't talk about it.
He didn't do nothing.
I still rock with him. That nigga might have did some freaky ass shit. I ain't gonna bring it up that often.
Yeah. Salute. Proud of you for that.
I want you completely unconscious. There is hundreds and hundreds of texts like that.
Oh, what?
Completely unconscious. There is the most dark things you could ever imagine. Second of all, texts. Like a text that says, I want you completely unconscious. There is hundreds and hundreds of texts like that. Multiple women. Another woman testified against him in the MLB arbitration, and we would FaceTime back and forth after all of it. I heard every detail. I knew exactly what happened in arbitration. They made her watch those videos as her lawyer Bauer's lawyers taunted her about it. What else? They brought in bruising experts to go through the exact timeline of that Snapchat video y'all love. Imagine that. I have metadata verified pictures 20 minutes after that video was taken, starting to develop them bruising. Okay, impossible to do it to myself. That's ridiculous. So we went through the bruising, we went through the phone call in which I say over and over, I didn't want to be punched, and there's acknowledgments and sorries, and let's see, I'll never get to that point again. Yeah, and the acknowledgement of my bruising on my hoo-ha, X, Y, and Z. Other women were brought in. The woman he has a trial with in Arizona. I mean, God bless him in the Mexican League. We'll see if he can take some time away to get to that trial. What else do I have to tell you? Nothing really, but sex tapes, forensic evidence, top lawyers, neutral arbitrator who all said he is worthy of the longest suspension of all time. The public will never see what is in that MLB file, but I will tell you all of it. Again, the 4-minute video, dear God. He wanted to poke the bear. I'm here to tell you whatever you want to know. And we'll continue to do so.
Cooked, huh? Sounds like it.
Yeah. I didn't see this 4-minute video she's talking about. He must have done some type of like plead my case type of shit, I think. I'm not in a rush to check it out either. She seems to be standing with conviction here, so I'll go with that. But.
Yeah. I just ban him forever. Like if you
don't need to deal with that.
They banned him for 9 months, which is a long time. Or it was 324 games that were reduced to 194. If you found enough on him that he was doing this flagrant ass shit to have him out of there for 200 games, just let's say we don't need to have you play here anymore.
Yeah, some juice is not worth the squeeze. Like, he's a hell of a pitcher, but like even the team that let him go, y'all got Shohei Ohtani now, dog. Like, leave that shit alone. Move on.
They're perfectly fine.
He got his own troubles too.
If Trevor Bauer like had this shit on his head with his like coworker from Walmart, it's not like he could just go to like Walmart in Cincinnati instead of LA and just get another job at Walmart. They're like, nigga, you are never working here again. And a lot of places just ain't gonna hire you altogether. Sports is like the only thing where we're like, you can do some flagrant, wild, illegal shit, and we're just gonna say like, okay, don't come back for a few months, and it's just like, okay. But yeah, if you like as a mailman, if you got multiple sexual assault charges, they're probably just gonna be like, yeah, just don't work here anymore. Actually,
yeah, you're fired.
And good luck
getting hired. He got the money to hire lawyers to be able to fight that shit too. That's a big part of it. So
didn't KCP win a ring with the ankle monitor on?
No, I don't think he had it. I thought he just played a game. I don't know if he played in the finals.
No, he played a couple games. It wasn't during the finals. It was before the bubble season. But yeah, he had to go to jail after games. No, he had a DUI, so it's a little different.
It's a little different. That shit's just crazy though.
It's insane. Shout out to Robert.
No, yeah, it sounds like that dude's done. Like you said, not every you don't need to get the juice out of everything, man. Just let him go. Like there's
you
draft
see that nigga on my
players
TV,
into the league every year, so he can be replaced.
And
MLB the Dodgers just because he's not in it.
Am I tweaking? The Dodgers went to a World Series since they suspended him, didn't they? That was like 2 years ago.
They went in 2020. I don't know if they've been since.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think
he might have been after that.
Yeah. But speaking of, I haven't watched this documentary yet. The Quiet on the Set shit about Nickelodeon, but I've seen like clips from it, and then like all the cast members coming out and having their different like. I know Drake had like a 40-minute video of him talking about like being sexually assaulted and like harassed all the years and stuff like that.
Damn.
And then Dan Schneider this morning went on The Hollywood Reporter to do an interview, and I honestly thought he was like, yeah, none of that shit's true. He's like, yeah, I watched it. It's hard to watch. Like, my behavior is really fucked up. I owe a lot of people an apology. And like, and the dude starts, he was like, what? So like, what about the massage thing where he was like giving people massages or making them massage him? He was like, yeah, that was completely wrong. I'll never do that again. I'm like hurt that I put people in that position. So he's basically admitting to everything that they say on the documentary. I didn't watch his full interview because I don't really, after I seen that, I'm like, I don't need to hear your side of the story if you're just saying
that's so terrifying, dog.
Dude, you guys gotta watch it, man. That shit is sad because it's like, so from what I've only watched the first 3 episodes. I'm in the middle of episode 4 now, but because he started all that, where they pitched him the idea, he wrote it, executive produced it, casting and shit like that. So it seems like after maybe after the first generation of kids, probably when we weren't watching all that like anymore. So it's kind of like after Keenan and Kel is gone, some of the other kids, that's when you start seeing like Amanda, and then you would see
I don't remember
you see like the Drake
but I was
Bell
definitely watching that shit.
It was like after like we were probably done watching it, but he was like a dickhead to a lot of them kids. Like the staff writers, they had 4 writers, and 2 of them were women. He did something illegally where like they had to share a salary, and then they were because he was getting 2 for the price of 1. But he made the 2 women share a salary. And then he caught word of that, and I guess HR made him. They had to go to the guild, and they had to back pay him. And then he talked to one of the women like, "Hey, I heard if you went to the guild and got this, you're conspiring against the company. I'll make sure you never work for Viacom or anywhere in this industry ever again."
Oh,
and then
what?
And then so they let one woman go because the second writer, he made her tell a story like she was getting bent over a desk and getting like the R word. It was fucking. And then she quit after that. So he hired a young white guy that never had any writing experience or experience in that field ever total, just to come on as a writer. And then he lowered the other woman's salary, and he told her, "I want to hire you for this last season of all that, but you got to work 11 weeks for free." She made it 3 days and quit. It's some crazy shit, bro. He needs to be set on fucking fire. He's a terrible person. And then the thing, like, Nickelodeon's got to be at some fault too, because they hired three like child molesters. Like, wow, like for Nickelodeon, you're working with kids. Like, there's one guy, he was like he was like a dialogue coach, and that was like the Dan Schneider dude's like right hand man. So he's pretty much just like handing these kids over, because you can't be with every kid all the time, because you're behind the chair directing, doing computer stuff and all that stuff. But he's like with the kids, helping them all their lives. He's like setting them up with these fucking predators, man. And then like, because some of the people, they have their parents there, and they say like, "Oh well, I didn't want to be the main reason why my kid didn't get a call back from this show." But we definitely noticed when some kids were his favorites and weren't not. And then it definitely seems like there's some shit of racism in there, like where some of the black kids felt like they were never like in the good circle with him, and they kind of felt like they were like the one token black kid on the show, and they didn't get callbacks as much callbacks as some of the other kids. The saddest part is it's with the Drake shit, the Drake Bell guy. His dad noticed like the dialogue coach. I think his name is like Josh Peck.
That sounds familiar.
Josh Peck was the other dude that was from Drake and Josh. It was Drake.
No,
and Josh
so there's a guy that was like molesting the kids. Like his name is like Josh. Is Beck or Peck? They got similar names though. But yeah, like, and then so this guy pretty much like, because Drake and his mom dad were speaking, so he kind of like put a wedge in between like his parents' relationship with like the son and the dad. And then like trying to like feed him bad information, saying, "Oh, your dad doesn't need to be your manager. He's too controlling. I've been in this industry for so long. I can get you farther than whatever he knows." And then like, so when he finally signed the paperwork to go over to his mom, so he could become so his dad wouldn't be his manager. His dad told the mom, like, "I know I'm not going to be around as much because we're splitting up, but do not let that guy around our son unattended. I do not trust that guy. He's very weird," stuff like that. And then she's sending him off to the dude's house to do like, take him to castings and all this other stuff, and then he started getting molested and like raped and stuff. And then when they finally got news that the dude got convicted, like he told them, he was like, "Yeah, man, they finally caught that guy." He's like, "Man, I knew something was up with that guy. He was so weird. I'm so glad it wasn't you," because he didn't know at first.
Yeah.
And then he finds out later, and then he just like broke down.
I'm looking at the dude's page. His name is Brian Peck.
Yeah,
he was
Brian
arrested
Peck.
in August of 2003 for lewd conduct with a minor, initially charged with 11 counts of sodomy, child sex abuse, oral copulation by anesthesia or controlled substance. So he was drugging kids. It said he served 16 months for this stuff, registered as a sex offender, and then after he was released, he was hired to work on The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. He did voiceover work for 3 episodes, but was later fired after Disney Channel learned of his conviction. How are you hiring a nigga to work with kids and you didn't know he's a sex offender? He just got
bro,
out of
and
jail.
he has to register as a sex offender, bro. Nickelodeon hired 3 niggas that were sex offenders, bro. Like this shit is insane. It's like you got to hold this company too. Like, come on, man. Like you guys are $1 billion company. Like you guys can do something. Like this shit is crazy.
And I mean, they're owned by Viacom, which is one of the biggest media companies in the country, probably in the world. I'm sure.
The sad part to me, for real, like it's like as a kid, like you'll be watching like all of that, or what was the one with Summer Sanders? It was like the game show where you had to put the words in the thing.
Slime shit.
Yeah, that one, like just Legend of the Hidden Temple, all them.
Yeah,
shits,
Legend of
like,
the Hidden Temple, yeah, all that shit.
Like you watch them things and you want to be on there, but it's just like, damn, like you have no idea the type of trap. Like you'd be the happiest thing on earth for a kid. Like if you got the opportunity to be there, and like the worst shit of your life might happen to you while you're there.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's kind of why I'm hesitant to watch it, because like I was like pretty heavy a Nickelodeon kid when I was growing up. Like all that was my shit. Kenan and Kel, all those shows. Like I know that this stuff happened now and as an adult, but I don't want to, as an adult, look back and like some of the scenes that you're seeing where it's like when I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I wasn't thinking of anything about them always having girls' feet on the TV or them just doing all this weird stuff. It was just like, oh, it was funny kid shit. And it's like, oh, this nigga's obsessed with feet, which is why every episode they got Ariana Grande sticking her fucking feet in her mouth or trying to squeeze juice.
Somebody said the signs was there, bro. The logo's an orange foot. I was like, oh,
the signs were there. And I was, it's funny. I was talking to my mom about it because I used to always like get annoyed with my mom because she would like be cleaning the kitchen or something. I'm watching something and she's like, what did they just say on that show? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about because I'm obviously not catching whatever little like reference they're making. And she'll like come look like, oh, you're watching some weird shit. But
yeah,
it's like,
some of that stuff we don't know as kids.
Yeah, but like I would get annoyed because like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like it's Rugrats. They didn't say anything weird, but then it's like you go back and watch. It's like, oh, there was a lot of like double entendres. Like
yeah, like they were saying that like later on in some of those later seasons, all of that where like on the Amanda show, like the dude really took a liking to Amanda Bynes. Where like she had a doctor, she was like a doctor named Dr. Taint. So they went to like the boardroom writers, and they was like, hey, does this mean such and such? He's like, no. Why would you say that? Like why would this name? Why we name it that body part? That's weird. And then they kind of laughed it off, like, oh, okay, well, we had heard something that this might mean something else.
Like, and you double down on that and look at like the mental health issues that Amanda Bynes went through, like as a young adult and later in life and stuff like that. Like she was fucked up. Like she's like a nail tech in Los Angeles now.
I was about to say, I don't know if you've seen the videos of her recently, which I didn't. It doesn't. Not that they're not super crazy. She's just like they're not normal either. But she's like trying on different wigs and shit. And it was just like, I first seen it, I was like, this says Amanda Bynes. It was on TikTok. I'm like, this says Amanda, but this has got to be a joke. Like, this doesn't look like her. But yeah, it's like, you really kind of like fucked up this person's whole life. And us as kids growing up, it's like, oh yeah, Amanda's probably straight forever. Lindsay Lohan is probably straight forever. And it's like, no, they were actually having some vile shit happening to them and they were fucking their lives up. And it's also crazy. I know that this was a big thing with like the R. Kelly shit where it's like, parents don't want to be the reason that their kids don't get a break, or like they're also making money off it. So it's like, yeah, we're like living good off this kid, so we don't want to step in. But like you were letting some fucked up shit happen to your kid, and clearly weren't like creating a space where your kid felt like comfortable that they can come and tell you like, hey, I'm being like sexually abused, and like to have anything get done about it. And this happens to hundreds and hundreds of kids.
It's very telling too about like because like Drake Bell, his dad is on the episode and he speak about it, but the mom's not coming on there. And I thought that was very telling because like she can't really defend herself because like he told her before they got divorced and before he took
don't let my kid around them.
I let that kid around my dude because he even complained to it like the cast, like some like casting director and all stuff like, oh, you're overthinking it. And then somebody from HR told him, oh well, he's homosexual, so you're just being homophobic. Yeah. And
that's the type of shit that breed more hate too, because look, you feeding narratives and shit at this point. That's not cool.
Yeah, that's just nasty. I do it's definitely very eye opening, but I would recommend watching. Like that's just crazy.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if they talk about it on the show, but I know they said like one of the main reasons Drake and Josh fell out from each other was Drake was telling Josh like, hey, this is what's happened to me, and he kept like, no, like they're not doing that, or that's not happening to me, so like it's not actually happening to you. And like was like siding with the company and like has continued to do that in the years past, which I think kind of, I don't know, maybe shows why he's like a little bit still more in the public eye, Josh is, than Drake.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is just crazy to think of. Like you were having the time, like we were having the time of our life watching that shit. This is fucking fantastic. I want to go on this show. And
yeah, I will say like that doesn't make it any better. But this is kind of like when we were done watching some of that stuff on Nickelodeon, you know, because it's like we're probably like getting into high school because I wasn't checking out like all that after like middle school, maybe like that. I guess.
Yeah, it said it went off in 2002 and then it came back in 2005.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I didn't like watch the
second
come around
of
it, but I know that some of the stuff I was seeing was like the later 90s, early 2000s stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with like the black kids that were on there.
Yeah, yep. I do remember the black chick they had on there. Yeah. I didn't remember. My man Lil JJ that won Comic View. Remember he had a show on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
He came on the internet today and said why he didn't get a second season
because he wasn't giving up the ass.
Yeah, he said I wasn't giving up no ass. That's why I didn't get a second season.
You remember? You guys remember Romeo had a show on there? Him and
that show.
Of course. They did that. They put that in the same budget as Cousin Skeeter.
Yeah, Master P was probably like, hey, whoa, you trying to do what? Nah, nigga, we out of here. No.
Shout out to Master P. But yeah, watch that, man.
That shit's sick, bro.
It's nasty, bro.
I just don't want to watch it because I don't want to see.
It's nasty, bro. That shit is sad. It's like, dog, just people preying on fucking kids, man, and these, like, cause that's like their dream, man. You a kid, you get on like a show, whatever, and people fucking with you, and then they try to take your fucking
What big of you to wear a Nickelodeon shirt today, Tyrell? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. That's why I'm glad I was a Cartoon Network nigga. Yeah. I was watching Dragon Ball Z. And Johnny.
It is
Bravo.
just crazy though that like he can kind of like basically admit that he was doing that shit and not like prison now. Like he needs to be in jail. If you're apologizing for it, go to jail.
Yeah, no. He needs to be. He needs to be launched into the sun, bro.
Something got to happen. Statute of limitations ain't up on something. Someone figure it out.
Somebody got to spin the block. He got a wife and everything. No, this is gross.
Nah, yeah, you don't get to retire peacefully, but where's the Punisher when you need him?
Nah, yeah. Shout out Frank Castle. Mm-hmm. Oh, did y'all see that shit he posted on his John Bernthal? He posted on his Instagram like a little lines from a children's novel. It's like a line he recites from like in the comic books that is pretty much saying that he's going to be back in when they drop the Daredevil show. The Punisher will be making a return.
Not see that. No, that's cool.
So
did a good job, man. He deserves it.
Yeah, no, I liked him as there. Punisher's got 2 solid movies, low key. Shout out to my man's in Punisher Warzone. He passed away last year. I can't remember his name, but I remember
that movie's fucking crazy. That movie wild.
You're the one that told me about that movie.
Oh my! I seen that on my dad's the hijack satellite box.
Dog, I remember you told me about it. I downloaded. I'm like, yo, this is the most violent, craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
It was going fucking nuts.
It was entertaining.
All right. What else we got to wrap this up on here before we get to the PlayStation shit?
I don't think I thought I saw the Shohei shit on here.
It was on here.
Shohei just like us.
Nah, it's his interpreter, his man Ipe, who with them on the Angels, came over to the Dodgers, got hired by the Dodgers, and now he's getting fired because apparently he was stealing money to sports bet. 22 million, they said, or what was the number?
I thought it was 4. It was like 4.
All right, my narrative. Okay, just kidding. Yeah, $4 million either way. Like, damn, bro.
They're saying it's actually Shohei that's in gambling debt, and they're making Ipe take
the fall man.
Yeah,
somebody he's so good. He be bet his overs.
Speaking of gambling debt, y'all see that shit? They said Bruno Mars is in debt to MGM about $50 million.
Did you see they came out and said that's not true?
Oh no,
we're not dealing with that news though. We're dealing with the real news of the back to our narrative. He's been needing $50 million. That's what we talking about.
They said he's about to be dancing on the planet from Space Jam to pay that shit back.
Oh no,
I don't be getting how the two types of debt I don't get how people get hella into is credit card debt and like gambling debt, because at some point like, if you stop paying your credit card bill, they're not going to like, you don't get to keep adding new lines of credit, or at least I thought, or they don't like keep giving you like a $30,000 limit and people just be racking that shit up. Gambling debt. How you owe somebody $4 million? Like if I owe you $4 million, like you should be coming to collect well before we get to $4 million.
I get how credit card debt happens. I don't know how like gambling, like today, like when I was reading the Shohei thing was the first time like, it really sat in with me that like, yo, this gambling addiction shit is real. Like there are people who are doing fucked up shit to gamble money. Like it's
I just seen something this week that like a teacher or like a PTA member in like Louisiana or something like that got fired from his job because he stole like $30,000 and was gambling. Like the gambling shit is no joke. Like people have like started to talk about how like it's about to be like an epidemic where like a hell of people in our society are just chronically addicted to this, which makes sense because motherfuckers, people are posting their like FanDuel accounts and it's like they're down $6,000 and it's like you haven't won anything. Why are you still here? You never win.
Look, and like the scary part is we've only like cracked the surface on this new wave of gambling because they've just like started allowing like us to do like sports betting and shit from the phones and all that, but they haven't really even got into like mobile casinos, which is going to be the next phase of this shit. Like you being able to do like a blackjack game or poker game or whatever from your phone, mobile slots, mobile craps, like that type of shit, roulette, like from your phone. Like that's going to be the next thing. Like it's coming.
And I don't know if you've ever played like the online where you're not actually like wagering any real money. It's like coins and shit that the game gives you. But those games are fun. Like to just sit there and like play blackjack. Like, oh yeah, I'm up a couple little bit. Like I'm not actually winning any money.
Every time I'm on the plane, that's what I play on the back of the seat. I get straight to it. And you can play other people on the plane. It'll say you playing 14D right now.
Yep. And now let Delta say, all right, go ahead and put your Amex in and play as much as you want. Somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah,
$20 for the flight.
No, it's gonna be a fucking shark on there.
The thing I don't be getting about credit card debt, and I guess maybe my name on my credit report is not good enough. But it'll be like people like, yeah, I have a $30,000 credit card that's maxed out, and then I have like my $13,000 card. It's like, how did you keep? I don't get how people keep getting huge lines of credit, maxing it out, and then they just open another card, and then that company's like, yeah, I see you don't pay your bills. Here's another $15K. Like, if I have a max out credit card and I apply for some shit, they're like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck off our porch, we're not giving you anything.
People.
Sometimes people, they will just raise your limit, like out of nowhere, though.
For sure, yeah.
Like I get an email because I'm not my first credit card, but when I first got a credit card with like who I bank with BCU, I remember my first time when I first opened it, I got like a rack, and then it went from like a rack to like 1,500.
I remember you saying they gave you an increase, and you were like, "Hey, can you take this shit back?"
Yeah, like because they put they put me from like a rack to 3, and I told them like, "Hey, put it down like 15 or something like that." And like, I think like now, I think my shits are like, I got like 7,500 or 10K or something. That's my limit, whatever. I'll never let it get that close.
Which I feel like that's reasonable. But imagine you max out that $10,000. And then you go get another card for 30, and they're just like, "Yeah, we see you didn't pay the first 10 back. Let's try it with this one." That's just crazy.
It's a system, brother. They want to get you.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
White supremacy, brother. Come on, man.
Not give a fuck.
It really is. It really is. That shit is nasty.
Oh man, keep your eye open, man.
You start learning about people your age's financials a little bit more. It was like, your friends get a little more open. It's like, hey man, you kind of living. Oh, you got $25,000 in credit card debt. Oh fuck. Because me and Mara were talking to somebody and they were telling us that, and they were like, yeah, it's just like another bill we pay. Like we pay our minimum payment, or we pay like we pay $400 a month, and that's just like a bill that we pay, and we put stuff on the credit card when we need to, and just keep it pushing. It's like you're never gonna pay it off. Like you're just gonna be paying on it forever. And I got the shit that I want though.
Did you see the shit where they took the dude's winnings from FanDuel because it's child support?
Yeah.
Did you see that, Blake?
Yeah, dog.
I just read it.
You got the email. That shit was funny as hell.
I said I'd kill myself. One of the homies was like, "I'll go kill the kid."
That's crazy. All right.
They garnished your FanDuel winnings, though.
Which
he's all good now.
At first, I thought it was a joke, but I'm like, well, you do have to put your social in there, so they know you're making that money. So it does make sense.
But no, he might be good. He might owe more than that.
Yeah,
I thought they took the money to make his balance like straight. Now I thought he was like straight after because they took like a specific dollar amount to like make it.
Oh, I thought that was everything he won, and they just took all of it. Because like, let's say you owed like $4,000, they took 1,500. Like,
that's how they get. He probably playing some bullshit slips. Nah, man.
Hang out with your kids. All right, we're gonna
stop betting so much.
One more time. Where does this take y'all back to, man? That sound right there. What's the first game that pops into your mind? That is the PlayStation 2 intro music, or turn on music, startup music. What are the memories that conjure up when you hear that?
First thing I think of when I hear the PS2 startup is NBA Street and Tekken Tag, because those are the first 2 games I had when I got a PS2.
First thing I think of is Tekken Tag is my friend had a PS2 and that was the game that we played at his house.
Yeah, that was a fucking game changer.
Yes, sir.
Tekken Tag was fire.
Tyrell?
Damn, there's so many games. I feel like San Andreas was a game that I just played so much on there that's the first thing that I think of when I hear that. I feel like I think of because my PlayStation when I was a kid was at my grandpa's house. So I was there every day after school and like on the weekends and shit. So I just like my memory is like waking up, going down to my grandpa's office, turning on the PlayStation at 7:15 on a Saturday morning and getting to it. Whatever game me and my cousin was playing. Just that memory. And then like my grandpa would wake up, start playing with us, play some Madden or some fucking NFL game day. Lots of sports games was what
good shit over there.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so like I said at the start of this podcast, it's been 24 years since the PS2 came out. It's been 24 years officially from the Japan release date because they got it before we did. And yeah, like I did some list compilation of like the highest rated games on Metacritic. But the way I did this, like I had to separate it out because this was like a golden era for sports games.
Oh yeah.
So I had to break this up. Oh shit, that's the wrong one.
I also think I think it might have been Gran Turismo 4 that was on PlayStation 2. Maybe
I
5.
thought it was 2. I thought Gran Turismo 2 was on 2.
No, 3 was on 2.
3 was on 2?
Okay, it was 3. I was gonna say I know the first 2 because the second one was a double disc and that was on 1. Gran Turismo 3, my dad used to play the fuck out of that. I used to love that game.
What the fuck?
Are you coding? Are you hacked? Blake, you're hacked. Blake, you're hacked.
No, that's
Blake,
God damn it. All right.
Damn, Virtual Fighter. Holy shit.
These are pick stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
So basically, like I was trying to do like a top 10 to start with, and then I was fucking up because this is the top 10 PS2 exclusives. Because like some of these things, like I didn't realize they were exclusives at first, so I ended up having to edit this a few times. Second, it goes to 15. But these basically like they were exclusives in their launch window to the PlayStation 2, and this is all sorted by Metacritic rating. So the top 10 games on the PS2 that were exclusive to the PS2 at launch, and they may have been elsewhere afterwards. It was GTA 3, GTA San Andreas. These are in order from 1 to 10. 1 to 15 is going to be actually. GTA Vice City. So GTA was a fucking monster on this console.
It was.
Metal Gear Solid 2, Gran Turismo 3. If y'all want to say anything about any of these games, like go through them. Just feel free to. Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance, which was the re-release of 3, because the original 3's title Snake Eater Substance had like some online mode and some other shit in it. Okay. I never played this game. Jamal, did you?
I don't remember the Substance shit, but I did beat Metal Gear 3 Snake Eater.
Okay. SSX. SSX 3, this is confusing because Tricky should be in there. I don't know why.
Wasn't the first one Tricky?
No,
because number 2 was on Xbox.
Number 2 is Tricky. It must have been at launch on both. Yeah. Okay.
I remember the first one. Yeah.
God of War 2, and if this is inaccurate, I apologize. Like I did my best on this. Like
I know God. Well, obviously God of War was exclusive. That was like the first big story game that I was old enough to like play through on my own and like didn't need any help and could like fully grasp the story. Mm-hmm. God of War was the first one was a fucking banger.
I think I played it on like PSP the first time, PSP or Vita or something. Like,
it was on the P.
Yeah, no, I feel like they remastered them over there or something. I don't know, or maybe I never played one. It could be it too. Okami was that game looked fire back in the day on.
I always wanted to play that game. I've never played it.
I bet it's free access to you probably in the PlayStation Store or whatever.
Oh yeah, probably.
Probably go look. Final Fantasy 12, which I did not play that one. Final Fantasy 10, which I got fucking stuck in. Salute.
Final Fantasy 10, I will say, was also that trailer or like the commercial that used to come on TV for that game.
That song is iconic,
ingrained in my brain because I had played I played Final Fantasy 7. I think that was on PlayStation 1, and then a couple of the others that were on PlayStation 1, and the graphics were ass. Like it was like 64-bit games. And the fucking trailer for Final Fantasy 10 came out and it had like the full CGI treatment. And I remember I used to watch that and be like, my brain does not compute what I am watching on my TV right now.
There's some bullshit.
And
There's
I
crazy.
can't wait to play. It was insane.
Yep. Clona 2, which is the this has like a little like blue hat with the floppy ears, dude. I don't know.
That sounds familiar.
If you saw it, you'd be like, oh, that shit. And Ratchet and Clank 3, Up Your Arsenal at 15.
I love those games.
I did a few more on here. So this is the best third party, which means like these are kind of definitive of the era. And this one includes sports, but this is kind of what was popping at the time. So these games here, they might have appeared on like Dreamcast, OG Xbox probably came out sometime late in this GameCube. Like these games may have appeared on these other consoles at the same time. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, Madden 02 that had Dante Culpepper on the cover. Madden 04 had Vic on the cover. This is, my opinion, the best Vic ever was because he got locked up this year. NCAA 04 had Carson Palmer on the cover.
That one was so fire. I think I had that on GameCube.
Yeah, Mascot Battle, all that shit on there. Virtual Fighter 4, Burnout 3, which was crazy fire.
That was Burnout 3 was another one of those games that like the graphics on that were just so much better, I felt like, than anything else that
very
was out
much
at
so.
the time. It was like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
And if you look at this right here, I mean, what we got 1, 2, 3, that's 4 games from EA. They were cooking this era, like golden era, really, for them.
That's where they built their fucking name at, man.
Yep. Pro 11 Soccer 6, NFL 2K3, and then World Soccer winning 11-7. Those are the 10 best third-party games of that era that were on PS2. They weren't exclusive to it. They were just on PS2. And then I did this. Say it again?
This one's not on the list, but Tony Hawk Pro Skater American Wasteland is a game that the story when I be talking to Jamal about not having a fucking memory card. We rented that shit from Blockbuster on a Friday, and I was like, oh fuck, I left my memory card at home. I had to leave the console on all weekend and beat that shit in the same weekend.
I think that was a cross-platform title. I think that came out tail into PS2 because I think I remember playing that on 360. I'm pretty sure.
Because that was after Underground 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, it was after Thug 1 and 2.
It was like late in the cycle to that one, but that was the one. I think it had. I don't think that was the one that had the dudes from Jackass on there.
It did. It had heavy Jackass integration. Tony Hawk's Underground 2 had like Bam Margera in it a lot, but American Wasteland basically was like a Jackass game.
Yep, and that was when like Jackass was popping for kids our age, so I was like, oh, this is great. And then I get to Sunday night, and my granny's cooking in the kitchen, and it cuts the power out to my grandpa's room that I was in. Weekend over. I cried. I think I was so sick.
So this is the third party list with no sports on it. So some of the things I've named already, they just moved up the list. Virtual Fighter 4 would be the best. Burnout 3, Soul Calibur 2, Guitar Hero 2, Guitar Hero 1, Dead or Alive 2, Burnout Revenge, which I thought was 3, but I guess it's not. It's probably number 2. Time Splitters 2. Yeah, Time Splitters. I thought they were trying to bring that back. Oh yeah, no, I remember. I think Time Splitters was a Dreamcast title to start with too.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Silent Hill 2 and Medal of Honor Frontline.
Holy fuck, I haven't seen that name in forever. Medal of Honor.
It's a lot of dead franchises on this list. Matter of fact, I think everything on this list does not make games currently.
Burnout doesn't still make games?
No.
Soul Calibur, they had a Soul Calibur game last year or 2 years ago.
They had one on last gen. They ain't been one on PS5.
Yeah. Last gen, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, everything in here is like basically not present currently. Silent Hill is trying to do something.
Yeah, I would say they're making a Silent Hill now.
Hold on, I put this on
you
here.
You ever watched Still Kind of Actor? Or was that last gen too?
That's last gen too. I don't even know if they play Dead or Alive at Evo. Matter of fact,
the nostalgia I think attached to this console is like better than. I guess the 360 PS3 era might be a little better, but this was like the era of all of us, like when you started really playing games and playing them on your own and stuff.
Yeah.
Like this was really like peak childhood. 360 was like, okay, I'm a teenager and shit. But
I remember I played NBA Live online on the PS2. You had to buy the thing to slap on the back.
Mm-hmm. I knew I had a homie that had that. They used to play SOCOM online.
SOCOM was the shit online back then.
I feel like SOCOM was like the only game I knew people ever played online.
Yeah, best selling game of all time on that console is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Of course.
Maybe
Gran Turismo
best
3 A-Spec is in there. Oh, 4 did come out on the 2 too. You're right. I don't remember that.
That's the one I remember my dad playing. Hell, I could not figure that shit out.
Yeah. Vice City's at 4. Final Fantasy X's at 5. I'm gonna keep going down this list, but it's a lot of the games.
Only selling 8 million copies is crazy.
It's a little rough compared to like what they did.
Yeah,
Vice City,
but I guess
and
that's
San Andreas.
only on PS2.
Yeah,
I feel like Grand Theft Auto 3 didn't come out on Xbox till hella later.
Tekken 5 being on the PS2 sounds crazy when they just got to 8.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that is damn. 2005, so that was almost 20 years ago. That 5.
Man, where the fuck NBA Street at, man? NBA Street should be up here. NFL Street.
I don't know. I mean, shit. There's a reason they don't make them games anymore.
I love all those.
And it's also the games that sold a lot on this console. So like, I feel like those were big on Xbox.
Here we go.
And
NBA Street 1.71 million.
Man,
that's crazy.
That should have sold 1 billion copies. That was the shit.
It was platinum in the hood. 1.6 for Volume 2.
That one's on Xbox too.
Oh, what about the Def Jam, bro? Those should have sold 1 billion copies.
We got honestly. We're going to revisit the 13% thing here.
if NBA Street only sold 1.7, NBA Street Volume 2 only sold 1.7 million copies. I feel like every person I know has played that game. I don't think
I
anybody
just typed
had
DEF. Nothing popped up.
Yeah, Def Jam. So Def Jam sold less than 1 million titles. But like we know hella people that have played that game. I feel like every person.
Think about the people we know.
They all play video games.
There's a lot of people that look like us too.
A lot of people that look like us.
Yeah, they thought DEI was bad or is bad. They were getting rappers games. 50 Cent had 2 games.
Hey, he has meat.
Oh, Bullet was hard.
Hey,
the Sand one was hard too. The second
seeing
one,
how few copies in an NBA Street actually sold is like kind of jaw dropping to me. I know it was on Xbox too, but like if you extrapolate that over the 3 consoles, you're telling me 4 million people have played NBA Street or bought NBA Street. I mean, this was at a time where rentals were a thing, but like,
how do you capture that?
Yeah, I don't know if you do.
It was also on 3 different consoles too, though, because it was on GameCube.
It was on GameCube. I played them.
So that GameCube. Like maybe it sold 6 million, which I guess in that case it sold as almost as much as like Grand Theft Auto 3, which that only sold 8 million on this kind of crazy.
How do y'all feel? Because this was a thing. This was definitely a thing at the time. It's hard for me to try to capture this. Like I tried to do a search to find an article that like kind of talked about this, but there was very much like a lean towards like I call them like edgy games like during this era.
Like
whether
Manhunt.
it be, well, yeah. So Manhunt's one example. I'm thinking like how they like Jack and Daxter came out looking one way at one point. Then it transitioned to being like dark and him jacking cars and shit. Yeah. Ratchet and Clank kind of did the same thing.
I don't think Ratchet and Clank ever took like a dark turn like Jack and Daxter.
They didn't go as far as like Jack and Daxter was like GTA type of shit, but like it definitely they'll put the grunge on it, make it feel like it's like a bit more.
They tried to mature it up a little bit for like 10
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
through a Pixar movie.
There was a lot of like that during this era, and like I think it's gone away. But like, do y'all know what I'm talking about?
I do feel like I get what you're trying to say.
I almost feel like a lot of media was more edgy during like the late 90s, early 2000s, before like the 2010s. I feel like a lot of it was so much more edgy, so it definitely was in video games heavy because obviously they are gonna lean edgier. Where now it's like the edgiest thing is Grand Theft Auto 5. I feel like you don't really get anything that lets you do like other than like Call of Duty and stuff. But like,
yeah, I mean, and I think Blitz the League was the next generation of stuff.
Ooh, yeah, that was 360 for sure.
There's stuff like that. There's on this one we had Max Payne. Like, I mean, he's like popping pills to get through shit and all that.
Max Payne was hella violent. That game's hella violent.
They're remaking that. I think I saw like they're supposed to be doing like a remake.
I still play the last one on my computer. That game is phenomenal.
You kill
it doesn't have a number next to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just called Max Payne, but it's the last one that came out. It was like I think it came out PlayStation 4.
We were playing that on 360.
360?
Yeah, that was
I feel like that was like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, that game was phenomenal. But then you had shit like BMX XX, Dead or Alive, Volleyball. I want to say was during PS2.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
There was just a lot of weird shit going on. Then I feel like games were like more wide open and free flowing at the time. Like,
You can make.
I don't know.
There's way more games coming out there. Like games are so expensive now. You can't like if you make one bad game, it'll shut down your studio now. Like that's why you see shit like that.
I think.
Let's think about how many games Rockstar used to make.
Yeah, no, they made a ping pong game, which sounds absurd today.
Game. They had
Smugglers Run or something.
Bully. Remember State of Emergency?
State of Emergency. That was the first game I got in trouble for playing.
Yeah,
that was on PlayStation 1.
because there was 2 of them, right? Because 2 was on PS2.
I never look. I would be a brave man if I tried to bring the second one to my house. What happened to when I played the first one?
Yeah, I remember. Man, I don't know what State of Emergency.
I just feel like, Blake, you posted that video of like the 10 things that are ruining games now, and I think a lot of that stuff just boiled down to like every part of our lives are about how much profit you generate. So like no one anywhere probably considers NBA Street Volume 2 a failure of a game, and it might have sold 6 million copies, and they stopped making it shortly after. But like that game is a classic to everybody who's ever played it. It's so rare to get a game like that now. That's like, there's obviously a bunch of indie games that like just don't reach a bunch of people, and they'll do numbers in like their little community. But I feel like there's so much less leeway for a company like EA to make EA big, where like all we do is make fun video games that like a million that a couple people are going to play, but everybody that plays is going to say this is the greatest shit they've ever played.
Yeah,
like
man,
we're everybody that like played EA games in 2000 from like 2002 to 2008 is still hoping that Madden and NCAA get back to what they were doing then, and they've given us
crazy to think about
20 years of no, actually we're never going to do that shit again. And we're all hyped about NCAA coming out because we're hoping they get back to what they were doing in 2004.
That makes my stomach turn because now that you say that, like you know what it's about to be.
It's about to be what they've never given us a reason in the last 15 years to think that they're not about to give us some ass.
Oh God, I don't even want to say it out loud.
Yeah, and so it's crazy that like there is no room. Like all these studios that we just seen like with the layoffs and stuff just get closed. That like the studio that made the Horizon VR games, those games came out 9 months ago, gone.
They got shuttered in that PlayStation shutdown.
Fire Sprite, it was, I think. They're just gone. So which like we didn't want to build that VR game. You told us we had to. We knew it was going to be ass.
Yeah, you had to sell your peripheral that you chose to make.
Yeah, WB saying we're only going to make fucking the
live
games
service
game. Rocksteady's probably like, well, we don't really want to do that again because nobody played that shit. Can we make another just regular game? And they're gonna be like, yeah, we're actually just gonna close you guys. So like, Rocksteady about to fuck around and not exist. Like the companies that get to make the cool shit are just getting wiped away because they get bought by Embracer Group or something and just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, we'll say, like you mentioned, the indie stuff. A lot of the cool shit that we do like are just cool, innovative new games. They exist on PC currently because there's a smaller, like a less expensive pathway to getting your shit out to people. Like I've been playing this game called Balatro a lot, and it's basically like you're playing like Hands of Poker, but there is these like modifier cards you can do with it, and you keep on each hand keeps getting increasingly more difficult and stuff. So it's simple stuff like that is a cool idea. That is a lot easier for like, let's say like a team of like 20 people to make and put out on PC than like try to get it certified and put onto console stores and the advertising and whatnot fees that go with that. So there is still some innovation going on, but yeah, things are definitely on a smaller scale. They're having to use like retro graphics and shit like that for a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
because things have just gotten to a point now where it's just so expensive for everything.
I think that like those games being on PC, which I guess more people end up having PCs than we realize. I think that's like helpful to have that. It just sucks that console players don't always get the like opportunity to play those if you don't have one.
That's true. And the good thing is with like the way that they're going as far as the graphics go, the barrier for entry is lower now as far as like what you need to have these unique experiences. If you're trying to come to PC and play like your modern day like big banger third party titles over here, that's when shit gets expensive. But if you want to experience something like Balatro, you don't need much of anything. Like I mean, if it's available for MacBook, probably any MacBook can run it because it's
true.
Solitaire with a nice filter over the top. Like it's not.
Yeah, really kind of funny. Talks about Balatro, hella tough.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a really good time. When I hear about how other people's games are going on there, I'm like, damn, I fucking suck. But man. Yeah. Shout out to PS2. Shout out Ready to Rumble. That was a good time back then.
Ready to Rumble.
That was
on the that first one was on
PlayStation
PS1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had it on. I had one of them on Dreamcast.
I think I had a Dreamcast one too. Ashy Nuts. Who's the fat man? What's the fat man's name?
I can't remember.
The big white
Afro
dude?
Thunder and Ashy Nuts. No, Ashy Nuts was the fat man. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember the second one, like, you know, you have to fill up your Rumble meter. If you filled it up like to the second or the third bar, you could knock them out the arena, and then that'd be the
I used
automatic
to love
win.
that shit.
Ooh, shit. That game was fire. My dad would kick my ass at the boxing games. We had like Fight Night,
Oh my god.
Fight Night something, but our knockout. It might have been a knockout king. She picked Marvin Hagler and dragged the fuck out of me all the time. On velvet shorts, man.
Bro,
Dude,
like,
the story mode
we
of
used-
Fight Night Champion is one of the best story modes ever in a sports game. That shit was
That's
so fire.
yeah. That's a generation after, but you are definitely right. That game was
we used
hard.
to just get good ass boxing games. I used to like to watch boxing, but half of it's because we was just playing Fight Night all the time. Like, why have we not gotten a good boxing game in 20 years?
Yeah, the one that-
Fight Night Champion was what, 2009?
a long time ago.
Yeah,
but you
2009,
can
2010, yeah.
on Xbox you can play that at a Game Pass still. Like on the current one, it looks better now too.
Ooh, okay. Good to know.
Yep. Oh, you
that
got
game
you
looked
got
really good back then.
Yeah.
But Xbox does like upscaling or whatever.
Ooh, you get to go fight in prison, bare knuckles in prison.
Mm-hmm.
The story mode, that shit was fire.
Like 50 Cent in the shower on Get Rich or Die Trying.
Andre Bishop, he used to put hands on niggas on there.
He's on one of the UFC games. I think it's the last one.
It is tight that I feel like Sony has just kind of been like the gaming console for, like, I think they definitely lost some ground in the 360, but just like when we're looking at all the games that were exclusive to PS2 and like where we got our start in games, so much of it was Sony related. It's been impressive that they've just been putting out high quality shit our whole life.
You got to put a caveat on that though, because there's two different sects of gaming consoles. There's Nintendo, and then there is what PlayStation and Xbox try to do.
True.
Yeah.
So like
Nintendo, they in their own lane.
Yeah, Nintendo's in their own lane and they doing numbers, but when it comes to experiences that aren't Nintendo experiences, Sony probably is the definitive champ of that.
Yeah.
Shout out Dreamcast, you tried.
You did. Shout out GameCube. Well, I guess that's in the other one. GameCube was
GameCube was the one time I feel like they tried to do both, but
yeah, that seemed like
that,
the most. That was the only time it was really like, do you have a PlayStation, an Xbox, or a GameCube? And then it kind of drifted away from that.
And you were having a similar experience across the three of them. It wasn't like one was night and day doing more things than the other.
Yeah, because I feel like most people I know, like they'll have like whatever Nintendo console, and then like your Nintendo console is kind of like your secondary one if you got Xbox or PlayStation.
GameCube was our primary for that one. I mean, we had the Xbox too, but like really all we were playing on Xbox were Microsoft titles. My dad worked there at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out Dead to Rights. I think that's their
Oh,
name
wow.
as
Yep.
well. Fire.
With the dog?
Yeah, with the dog.
Yeah.
And the dog through the vent.
Yeah.
What?
I remember that.
Was that an Xbox only game? That was a Microsoft game, right?
No, it wasn't Microsoft. I don't think it was Xbox only.
I feel like it was at first, and then it might have came over to PlayStation eventually a little later.
I think that game ultimately, it either became Sleeping Dogs or True Crime.
Well, that became True Crime, and then True Crime became Sleeping Dogs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That might be it.
Like they all evolved into.
Bro, Sleeping Dogs was a fire game until you got guns. Then it wasn't as fun because it was too easy.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
On Sleeping Dogs, you didn't beat.
I've tried to play that game like 4 times.
I fucked with that game.
I have it currently installed on my computer because I'm trying to play it. But I get past like the first like little intro bit, and then I just fall off.
What games are y'all playing right now? So I know we all on Helldivers.
That's all I'm playing.
I've been Helldivers, a lot of Madden, Dragon Quest 11, Balatro, Sleeping Dogs somewhat, and then Halo Infinite. Hold on, I gotta pull this up. Oh, Crusader Kings 3 still. I just downloaded Evil West today because it came out on Game Pass for PC, so I'll start playing that.
Oh yeah, I downloaded that shit when they put it on Plus.
Yep.
I feel like my brain only has the capacity for me to play like 3 games at a time. Like I usually have in rotation like a sport game. So right now I'm playing golf. I'll have like a game that I can play with people, which is Helldivers is the only other thing I'm really playing right now. That game is fucking incredible. And then I'll mix in like whatever like story game I want to be playing at the time. Which I want to replay Ghost of Tsushima because we've been watching Shogun. Just it got me in the vibe to go slice some shit up.
Mm-hmm.
I need to.
No, my thing is like Helldivers. Like I have to have like 30 to 40 minutes of like uninterrupted
time.
Yeah. So like all these other games I can pause basically. I can mix those up.
What are you playing, Jamal?
Helldivers. I got back on One Piece World Seeker. That's the RPG one, the turn-based combat one. I want to beat that.
You said they do the old school save shit on there, right? Where you have to go to a point to save.
Yeah, but the save points, like once you get like past like the first 2 hours, you got this little fast travel thing, and you can fast travel to these little points, and then there's always like a save point, like a few steps within the little fast travel shit. So it's not hard to get into a save unless you're in like a dungeon. Then you know how dungeons go.
Finish that or pick. Yeah, this is the same thing on Yakuza.
Get the fuck up out of here. But yeah, that Fortnite, of course, Helldivers, and Suicide Squad. And then I know I did want to. I had to re-download Horizon because I didn't beat Forbidden West.
Yeah, I'm about to get that when it drops on PC.
I need to play the DLC for that game too.
Yeah, so I need to play that. Then once I beat that, because I do want to start beating some games, because like I want Dragon's Dogma too, but it's like, man, I got other games I need to beat. I'll catch that a little bit down the line.
You need to get Yakuza, man. I'm very surprised you have not gotten that.
Because I've been trying to beat some other RPGs first. I want to beat One Piece World Seeker first. I only got like 3 chapters left.
All right,
man. Yeah, but now I do want to get Yakuza because I know that shit. But shit, yeah, because I want to play. I know everybody's saying Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is fire.
Oh, it's getting Game of the Year type of shit. They got like a 90 something on Open Critic.
Sure. Yeah, no, I need to play that. But I never beat the I did beat 7, the remake, but I never played the what was it? Intergrade is the little DLC. I know
they're saying you don't have to play them in order to enjoy this.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get to it. But yeah, I still want to play 16. So whenever I beat some games, I'll end up getting 16. Because I've been seeing 16 on sale for like $40 in the PSN store. So
tough.
I know when I get ready to copy, it'll probably be a little cheaper, but yeah.
All right.
But no, Dragon Dogma 2 looks pretty dope. I do want to fuck with that. Looks pretty cool.
Looks tight. That character creator looks crazy.
People been making some shit on there.
Pikachu is haunting me.
That's funny.
All right, man. Well, that was cool. We got to talk about games. We haven't done that in a while.
Let's just transition to a fully game podcast, like 4 minutes of football, and or just 40 minutes of funny shit. I don't know. Yeah,
we could try. I mean, shit. There's plenty of stories going on. It's just a matter of, do we care about them? Find out next episode on Critically Unfocused Podcast. Yeah, but salute.
All right.
Subscribe to the pod.
Peace.
All right, we gone, man.